Ooh, timed just right. Thank you, background music.
Yes, good.
It pivoted at just the right time.
Let me stream.
We're just
Today
gonna see
is
it
a
this
good
damn way right
day
now.
for negates because I want to negate the weather.
That was
I
last
don't know
week.
about that. It's
Yes, no.
finally sunny where I am for once.
It's to put it in context. I've bitched about how hot it is. It's colder inside than outside at the moment.
It's like recordly cold for the last 5 years where I am right now. It's like it was being weird like East Coast weather when it should have been supposedly it's like sunny and doesn't snow long, but like 2 snowstorms have been like within a month. And it's just like okay.
I'm so happy it's cold for you over there.
Say that to the frostbite damage.
And the brain damage.
And the brain damage.
That, at least it's not the rain damage.
And the lack of being able to tell, I don't know, sarcasm. Speaking
Hey,
of
Master Roshi,
sarcasm,
when did you get here? Anyway, I must tweet the link because I didn't do that yet. Hello,
Yes.
chat.
Hello,
Hi.
chat.
We're going.
By the way, I made a thing because I saw something, and it made me think of Axe. Anyway,
Okay, I'm retweeting the retweet. So, hi. Hello, Internet.
welcome to pain.
Okay, what do you have a question about? It is indeed Goop Troop.
I thought it said Pope Troop at first.
No, it's Goop with an extra E.
I still feel sad about that name.
Well, we're gooping, so there's nothing to feel sad about. Catch
Why
a
do you,
preview.
Yeah.
where did we start?
I mean, I'm gooping
Why are
because
you upset about the name?
he doesn't want to be gooping. Then you should get your stuff together. I
Mister,
mean,
I'm gonna
we're-
just do all everything I need to win a game.
we're doing a
I haven't
video
played
about
Yu-Gi-Oh!
Yu-Gi-Oh right
forever,
now,
it's
so
fun.
yes, I would say that hypothetically I like it. You guys get to see how much I like it because currently we're running a poll for a bonus stream, probably happening this Thursday because it's the last Thursday in January. Go check it out on our YouTube community page, and there's like 45 of you motherfuckers. Most of you have voted for Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel, so I see how it is.
I
Really?
guess I'll reinstall so we can fight.
Yeah, well, they want me to suffer. I do need that
Yeah, they
Bigfoot.
want-
Ironically enough, I do need that Bigfoot icon, but you guys will probably get to see that unless some of you want to turn the tide and push Hades to the top slot.
Are you good at
Unless
No,
that
I-
was like the last minute. Yeah, no, both were pretty firm up. I mean, I'll double check, but I last looked a couple hours ago at like 44 votes. And
That's a good thing I
Master Duel
possibly
was going strong.
Good thing I possibly have things planned that day. I don't want to sit there and watch you make us suffer.
All right, let's see.
I
Mark
might
just
also
popped in
this.
chat to say.
I think I don't know if you're good at Hades, but I know you're good at Yu-Gi-Oh! You're just cursed by most things you like are not considered meta.
Well, I would probably be doing ladder or event. Yeah, 45 votes exactly. 30. It's pretty close, but Hades is behind with 38, and Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel is 40%. None of you want to see me play Back for Blood. How terrible. I guess I'll just play it with
Well, yeah,
Lucky
which
in
is
my
a
free
shame.
time.
Yeah. It's a shame I'm no longer a big Patreon member, so I can't just put my vote there.
No, this is on the YouTube community page. This is a beta
Oh.
test, so you can vote right now, Loth. You can do whatever you want. I think if you vote for Hades, that would probably make it a tie, which means
no,
I
I'll
can
vote
pick.
for Back for Blood.
Oh, okay, all right. Democracy in action.
You gave me a choice.
I mean, it's true. There's 4 traces on there. I thought some stuff. I'm glad a decent number.
7%.
I'm glad a decent number of people voted for Judgment or Lost Judgment, whichever one I would be playing. I think it would still be Judgment by Thursday. I'm gonna be honest with you. Anyway, none of that is related to what we're going right now. I mean, Axe, if you're gonna ask me the question if I'm good at Hades, I am in the post game, and I have gotten as high as Heat Gauge 8, so I think I do all right.
Nice.
Anyway,
Yeah.
we are here to talk about Heralds. So, as usual, letting everybody know what we're doing. We're following through the solo modes in Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel. We're going to talk about their lore and stuff. That means that for some ungodly reason, Herald is on this list. I don't even remember the Herald decks in there. I think there was... Please tell me they let us
I
play
don't
Herald
remember.
Drytron.
I remember there being a Herald Snow deck, maybe.
My memory.
Yeah, that's another. Master Duel's made by the OCG, so there's an unfortunate thing where they just cram snow into everything, even though that card should be taken out back, shot, buried, dug up, shot again, thrown into the lava. Because being able to put your entire deck into the graveyard and get unlimited special summons and Books of Moon is not okay. Also, why the fuck is the line with O-Lion and shit? Whatever, Master Duel. Whatever. Anyway, I'm not here to talk about that. That's what you're going to get on Thursday, probably. So we're going to talk about Heralds. If you guys don't know, Heralds actually have a pretty decently long history in this game. They have been relevant at various points. The original Heralds, which are defined as being level 2 fairies that are light, usually, and they have a lot to go with 2s and even 2s. They are, well, first of all, as an archetype, I think they're the first archetype of hand traps.
Mm-hmm.
But in general, they are probably one of the first, actually successful and usable hand traps in the game, because, let's see, when was our first ones printed? What was that actual set? Enemy of Justice, yeah, so this was 2006. We are mid-GX. Hand traps at this point were basically limited to occasionally Karibo got some niche play inside decks.
Omega, it's very fitting that they came out in Enemy of Justice because they are a crime.
Yes. A lot of people will know Heralds for two reasons primarily, but you see a lot of them. Number one, they turned much later into a big boy ritual deck, which is all about negates and fairy archetype support. But also, yeah, they do have a synchro monster. You don't ever synchro summon him, and actually, Arclight is god awful for Heralds.
I was more thinking about Orange Light is just a really good tuner.
Yes, Orange Light was a tuner they added later, so yeah, that's you saw him in the synchro support. He's also Orange Light is also a fairy who's level 2, which is why it's currently limited in both versions of the game, because there are some decks involving 2s and fairies, where getting a free monster negate is not great all the time. So it's a Shizu. It's exactly a Shizu. Please ban all the Shizu cards. Okay, thank you. Bye.
They tried hitting all the tier cards and it wasn't
For the
enough.
longest time, they're like, "Hey, give us a Shizu cards," and now it's just like, "Oh God, why'd you do it?"
Well, they didn't expect it to be like they didn't expect it to be expected that, but
I don't think anybody was really begging for Shizu cards to be meta. The main thing was just we were wondering when the heck they were coming out, because Duelist of the Pyroxene didn't make it out over here. Which, for you and me, Loth, that worked out, because that means that all of the Morphtronic and Amazoness cards that were supposed to be in that set got turned into pack filler commons. If you wanted to buy new Morphtronics cards, you could probably do that for, pennies on the Australian dollars. But
okay, I'm sorry. That just sounds so weird to hear. We call them cents.
Do you just call them cents? Okay. That works as a turn of phrase. Cents on the Australian dollar, then.
It's common sense.
But yeah, so they have moved to that around. But that is funny, because I can mention that we did announce, what the hell do they call it? Duelist of the Explosion? Duelist of the Blast? I don't know. It's really bad.
Of course they did.
It's really, really bad, Dallas. Let me go scroll up in Trad Games. What is it? What the heck was it called?
The Conflagration.
Yes, it is Duelist of Explosion. It's thank you, Japan.
that's so Japanese.
It is.
I
But
love
yes,
the
guys,
Japanese gaming.
we're getting the fire pack. You will get volcanic support,
I
because
swear
there's
to
only
God.
4 fire archetypes.
There will probably at least be 5
That's not
support
true,
cards
Omega,
each.
There's 5.
Yeah. There's a few. That
wait,
said, a lot of
okay,
people are very
I-
fearful, and I am legitimately concerned this will happen. Remember, Ishizu was in the Earth Duelist pack. She didn't have an archetype. I'm deathly afraid that they're gonna make Flame Swordsman a thing, and
So
it's
guys, you
not
also
going to be
remember-
Red Eyes
you remember-
compatible.
Do you guys remember that release of- Okay.
If fucking Ishizu can get a
Come on.
pack, they're gonna do Flame Swordsman.
Go ahead, Axe.
2 things, I didn't mean to sidetrack it, but because how many cards are usually in the attribute-based duelist?
Oh, they've already released it. It's 47 cards.
Okay. Well, then,
Let me check what the
considering things,
rarities are.
Usually they have I guess the 25 of those cards could just be 5 cards each for 5 different archetypes.
No, they won't do it. It'll be
No?
3. I think
Oh,
they
okay.
even said it was
Part of
3.
me,
Well, Shizu was 5 cards.
against all hope, hopes that in the
was
fire
it?
pack
Yeah, it might have been only
It was
5.
4 retrains in the trap.
like
I guess
I
they
know it's
reprinted
a-
some of her cards. They will say that
I know
they
it's
are
tiny.
reprints in there. Go ahead.
it's tiny hope. But Woodborg Impachi is a fire type monster. Give us more Impachi cards.
I feel like-
Okay?
But
I-
well,
So
that
big.
I will say
Yeah,
for
it's a
this
retrain
set,
entirely.
Loft, don't get excited because the duelist packs are explicitly for characters from the anime and manga who use those cards.
God damn it.
Honestly,
Now,
if we had like a whole like Impachi retrain line, that'd be
If
cool.
I had to put my money bet down, it's Joey, Aster, or not Aster, Axel.
yeah,
I got
Axel
that right,
Volcanic.
actually.
The guy who also did
and,
Red Eyes.
Salamander.
Honestly, they-
I
What
actually
actually
want to
is
say
Darker
this.
Fire?
Please, don't be Salad. Please, those
Oh,
guys
it's
already
going
get
to be.
support.
Zawa doesn't
It's
need
the
more
most
cards.
famous fire archetype from any of the anime.
Yeah, but they don't need any new cards. You know what needs
I
new cards?
understand.
They already
Boxer,
need some.
Battling Boxer.
But Omega?
Literally, my
Here's the
dream
thing,
list
though.
is my
Here's
dream
the
list
thing,
is
though.
forget Flame Swordsman. Remember that Horus exists and was played in the anime and our fire.
Could
And they
not
did
be
Nephis.
cells on nostalgia.
No,
They're
Nephis was never
not
played in the
going to be
anime.
Salad.
Ah.
I get Salad and Volcanic over everything.
Well, we'll see. I guess we'll see
What's
exactly because
Salad
there
again?
are 5 Salamangreat.
Oh,
It
okay.
was
Yeah,
one of
Fire
the two main
Cybers.
characters of the
Yeah,
of
it's
Reign.
that's
I just never heard it referred to as Salad.
yeah. A lot of people over here abbreviate it Salad. And we know it's going to be there's going to be 47 cards total. There's going to be 24 commons, 9 rares, 7 super rares, 6 ultras, 1 holographic, so 1 Starlight rare
I
equivalent.
feel like if we get like you see 3 sets of support, 2 of each are the ultras.
I'm just gonna
Consider
say this
Konami.
right now. Please don't be meta defining. Just don't be fucking shit garbage. Nobody will actually.
I
wants.
guarantee you, if
At
it's
least
Salad,
one of these
they're going
cards,
to break
if
something.
we can judge by, well, okay, I shouldn't say that.
Actually, this
The
reminds me of
duelist packs have been very hit or miss. What was the dark pack in the OCG? It was released as Rage of Raw here for that nostalgia bait reason Dallas talked about. That set did absolutely nothing other than make Egyptian God Slime the single most expensive. Well, not the single most, but for a while it was one of the most expensive cards for no reason. That was it. That's all it did. Nobody was out here playing Mech Lords or Jinzo after that. Hell, nobody was playing Ra. It was just Egyptian God Slime got to be funny. The
No, nobody
Wind
plays
pack,
Ra, it
though,
just looks weird.
contained, that was the first printings of Ensemble Robin and Barone. So,
Oh yeah.
also to be fair, while it wasn't meta-defining, I'm pretty sure that made Speedroids a rogue deck. Like, all the new Speedroid shit is good. That was Synchro Storm.
I made it
It's
like,
nice.
I wouldn't call it a rogue deck necessarily, but it was like near rogue.
It pushed them up to the more modern.
I
The-
vaguely recall this,
Okay.
but I remember there being a promo, I think, like last week, announced about a card that makes all cards on the field count as fire monsters.
Yes, there is a weird fire warrior that's gonna be in a.
I thought it was like a fairy thing. It was like a
No,
little-
it's
one
that's
or
the
two
thing. That's why the YGO Pro is said warrior, huh? Yes, it is a warrior. It looks like a little Firefox thing, but it's typed as a warrior. It's really weird. I could go dig it up if we have to, but
Okay,
no.
well.
What I was gonna say was
No, it's not you.
the next thing was the water pack was really fun for budget Yu-Gi-Oh, but didn't do anything. Because that was a bunch of Marincess cards,
Say it did nothing.
the sea stuff, and it made Shark a
It made
a rogue deck.
Marincess fairly viable for like that 3-week period between when it came out and then Splight released.
Yeah, that happens a lot. MBT just released a Twitter
Marincess
video
is
today
always
about
nearly viable, so I
about
don't know how to
formats
count
that never were, which does include talking about how the I don't remember. It's not Amazing. Actually, it might have been Amazing Defenders. Whatever the set that was Valiant's Runic Labyrinth, because that was delayed for like 3 months, 2 or 3 months in the TCG, so that it came out after Pote here, as it said before Pote here. Labyrinth had no chance to shine in the meta up until probably this upcoming set, and Runic got relegated to a weird Mystic Mine engine that you played because you didn't want to play Sprite or a Shizu, and now you can't do that anyway.
And look at Master
So-
Duel, where they're just kind of dominating.
Well, they kind of do. Master
Okay.
Duel's its
We
own
talked
its own
about-
fucking thing.
we've
Anyway.
talked about some new stuff, but let's get back onto the heralds.
Yes,
So,
though I will
they
mention,
are-
the chat is probably familiar with the concept of heralds not as a standalone deck, but as an engine. They've always been very popular to splash into just anything that's generically
Ritual.
fairy related, because of their effects. But that also, because they have ritual monsters, gives them a lot of ritual synergy, which means that they were played as part of basically the triangle of the deck that was called Drytron. But the Drytron deck is actually a Drytron Cyber Angel Herald engine.
I mean, let's not beat around the bush. Like, 90% of reason for this archetype's relevancy up until Drytron is just Herald of Orange Light.
Yes, Orange
I
Light
mentioned
as
that,
a
yeah.
tuner, and as a effect negation.
As a tuner hand trap, had seen meta play in completely non-Herald related decks.
And even when you were playing the Herald package in Drytron, the ones you played were Diviner, who's their broken, crazy ass fucking legacy support. She was a V-Jump promo in Japan, so you know, got to get out there and sell those magazine subscriptions, I guess. But mostly it's Orange Light, which is going to be very funny because I want to start with Gren.
Ren.
Here is Green Light. He is green.
Are there much difference between like the first like colored? Just
They have some different shapes. We'll
Visually,
get in there.
yes.
Yeah.
we just I thought we could all just show them side by side.
I could pull them all three up side by side if
Sorry.
you want to try.
Yeah, because
Sorry,
it's
you said Herald of Green Light, and my mind immediately goes to Herald of Traffic Light.
Well, so I want to throw this out there. Their names in the OCG are fucking stupid. They
Oh, go
are
away.
Declarer in English. So, for instance, Herald of Purple Light is Violet Declarer,
Ugh.
and it's got no flow.
Violet
Um,
Declarer.
So you can tell that that purple and green were released at the same time, basically, because they are fairly similar. They're kind of opposite shapes. Like green is legs, purple is arms.
The irony is, it looks
Like
like
card
they're
destruction?
missing like a magic torso to be like mystically like electric.
Yeah, the
people
I mean,
attached to.
we'll see when we get to the big boys, the rituals. I think these guys are supposed to Voltron together, but you'll notice that orange is slightly
Oh,
differently
okay,
shaped.
yeah.
They make me think of a mix between goddamn Pixar and the robots from Portal.
Kind of.
You know, the Pixar logo itself with the
These
ramp.
don't. Yeah, these are.
they're very
These are not
biblical
flattering
angel-like.
up close. I'll be honest, especially green.
They're very biblical angel, at least I guess. So.
Yeah,
Stupid.
They're
So
not.
he's. Oh, sorry, Dallas.
One at a
They're
time, boys.
not like. They're not grotesque enough to quite be biblical angels.
I think it's the tone.
They
not
don't make
the
me
record.
question my sanity, but they are definitely. I mean, it's funny because these guys came out first, but these are very much budget Vylons.
Oh yeah, no, these are Vylon at home.
These are. You ever have Shrinky Dinks,
But they're
chat?
better than Vylons.
Shrinky Ding.
Yeah. Okay, I gotta go explain that to Loth. That's probably an American thing.
Sounds like it.
So
Shrinky
the
Ding for me over here is an insult for someone's dick.
Shrinkies, they're made of polystyrene, and then you heat them, and they like become shapes.
I just had a
What?
thought and I can't get it out of my head.
Yeah.
Purple and green look like wiffle balls possessed by fucking chaos emeralds.
Yeah, probably.
Kinda.
Yeah. But
Oh my
I
God,
just
they're
want to
fucking
say this
Sonic.
earlier. Green, my favorite color. Dallas said he looks retarded or derpy, and that makes me actually like him more because he's just like, man, I'm here. I'm gonna
They're
do
all
my
kind of
best.
just doing
I'm
their
just
best.
legs.
Yeah, I don't know what the hell Green is supposed to do with his life. He just has feet.
Honestly, the one thing I think is I kind of wish for Violet they made it a bit more pinkish because the
Why
correspondence
do
are
I
actually meant to be
exist?
kind of based off, or what they're meant to correspond to.
I mean, yeah, this is more of a fusion purple and a trap purple, but green is also like spell cards aren't actually this bright of a green.
Or cyan, yeah.
Like, I'll be honest, the herald bodies do not look good.
No. Now, admittedly, now that I've seen them all together, I'm like, oh, okay. So ultimateness and perfection are just
a
these
whole
guys
tribe.
stacked together. Yeah. Okay, I get that now. That's cool that I learned this, but individually, they do not look great.
Like, orange looks fine to me.
So, I'm gonna post a thing in the prog chat, and it's basically how I feel about the heralds altogether.
Also, chat, I have to say it. I want to just throw this out there. Orbs.
Yeah.
There's
Orange to me looks
there's many
the
orbs.
The
Orbicals.
most good.
Yeah, I
Or
think
the
it's
least
because
bad.
I
Least
think it's
bad is better.
least bad's probably better. I think it's because as the middle piece, he is kind of like asymmetrical and can kind of exist on his own. Like the way purple over here is shaped, right? Okay, this one goes to the top. Okay, I get it.
Yeah.
Purple is like, okay, he goes to the bottom. That means he's got legs. That's silly. Orange is just
green
kind of
is-
like, I exist.
Green
Who's
is
the
walking
casual?
around with sad tuba music playing in the background.
Filthy Casual is just correct. They are just the Gate Guardian pieces.
Yeah, they're Gay Guardian. They're just GX Gay
But-
Guardian.
No, so for the audience, I posted it in our prog chat, but they give me the vibe of that Poker Fusions comic of the duo and Weeping Bell. They are just one of them is just the clever one who was like,
Be
nope,
strong for mother.
yeah, be strong for mother.
I feel so miserable looking at this. It just feels so sad.
It's
so fun.
yeah, that comic's a little
It's
freaky.
Orange looking at the other two, and he's just like, ugh.
I just feel pain looking at this image.
So
I'm
all of
sorry.
them, it's pretty simple. All of them are lights. They're fairies. They're level 2. They have 300 attack and 500 defense. And basically, each of them has an effect, which is when your opponent activates an X card, which is corresponding to the color. So orange is monster, herald, green is spell cards, and purple is trap. You can send this card and one other fairy monster from your hand to the graveyard, negate and destroy. So you do have to go -1 for this on card advantage, but you get to send to graveyard, you get to activate them, and you do this whole thing. This is why, first of all, they work very great in any fairy-based package because they only require fairies. They don't need heralds to send, so there's a lot of different shells. I think people tried running like orange in agent builds back in the day because they could synchro a little.
Yeah.
You would try it in like Parshath and stuff because there's a lot of fairy synchro archetypes out there. And Orange's big claim to fame, as we brought up earlier, is that in addition to being all of that other stuff, he is also a tuner. So
Can we just discuss the fact that green is meant to be for spells and purple is meant to be for traps?
Yeah.
But the coloring is so bullshit that is green spells? It looks more bluish or in the middle.
no, he's radiating light. The problem is that it's a very yellow. It's on the wrong end of green. Like actual
Yeah.
spell cards in Yu-Gi-Oh are on the bluish side of green. Green light is on the
bluish
yellow
side of
side of green, which is like that's not quite right.
And purple light, trap cards mostly pink.
Yeah, that's a much
think
more like reddish
Axe
purple.
mentioned it earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This one is much more, and it makes sense because in the OCG it's straight up called Violet Declare, so it's violet light, and I'm like, yeah, that's a violet. That's not what color trap cards are, though.
Kylan brings
weird.
up a good point. How are they meant to combine with the crystals there?
They fuse.
I almost
I
feel
think
like
the
I almost feel like the
crystals
crystals pop
fuse.
out.
They
Oh,
probably
yeah,
They
I
just
guess.
smash into each other.
Well, no, because
melt together.
ultimateness and perfection are radiating rainbow light.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, they all kind of prism together. But yeah, so these guys exist. They do stuff. I don't really think there's anything we need to mention about those specifically. Their art's kind of straightforward, and
Honestly, green and purple don't matter, and if you're playing Yu-Gi-Oh, you know what Herald of Orange Light does.
yes, Herald of Orange Light has existed since
Yeah.
what fucking year was it?
The
me
same
see.
year as Dad.
Yes. Oh joy. Herald from Orange Light is from 2008. He's from the Duelist Genesis.
Yeah, he's
So he's from the first
DX,
Synchro set.
Okay,
or the first
okay, this is
DX,
just weird to me, but
5D
like,
set.
I now have to ask. When Dad is mentioned, Loft cries in pain, and I'm more just annoyed at Dad players being like, "Can you be more creative?" It's like, what is this? What is this spectrum of pain here?
Well, he's the literal best deck. So tier 0
Well, here's the
formats.
problem.
Yeah,
why
no.
be
I'm more just
creative
annoyed
when
at
you
people,
can
not
win?
in pain. But
I gotta double
No,
check.
not Loft.
When did?
Axe, how many times did we have to fight against Dad in our prog series?
not as much as other
Honestly,
series.
like 0.
Troop, Hammer Dad,
He got
honestly,
banned a
not
little
much.
fast, but there were some
we
dad
had to
decks.
fight against Chaos decks all the fucking time.
It's
It
true.
was
We
easy.
couldn't get I mean, some of that was David refused to build a new deck after all the good
Yes.
Chaos cards got banned, but
Yes.
he wasn't the only one that won with Chaos. Like
I mean, to be
Axe
fair,
was
I
our
built
Axe was our
Chaos 10
prototype
weeks
Chaos
after
player.
It was relevant and won with it, and I felt proud
Okay,
of
they got
myself.
to
bored
the
of
point that even Moth, who isn't in the VC, has to chime in with Chaos decks with too much.
There's a lot of Chaos.
Chaos decks were the problem.
Yeah, no. Everybody was up until like deep into GX. Everybody was running either Elemental Beats or Chaos / Proto Chaos, which I would
Everyone
argue
just-
playing light and dark good stuff before Chaos Monsters came out means you're just playing Chaos.
Because it turns
Everyone
out,
just became Cage. And I can
well, we
see that
actually
now.
won games though.
Engagement sometimes. I will say
Man,
we
something that's
actually-
funny to me. I thought of this earlier today while I was playing in the event. I do kind of miss playing games with people, so we can actually engage in casual banter. As I was, I don't know. I should have looked up what fucking deck he was. Some guy out here was playing like he thought he was playing Edison or something in Theme Chronicle. He had like fucking Mystic Tomatoes, and maybe he was playing Chaos. He had DD Warrior Ladies and DD Assailants and a lot of back row, like fucking Cylinder and Mirror Force. And
That sounds
I'll
fun
tell you
on some
what
of the
I'm
decks.
playing.
he could not defeat the power of Activate Zombie World, play Jacko Bulan.
It'll make you cry what I'm playing.
What are you playing?
I'm playing B Trooper Fusion.
Ugh.
No,
sounds
Dallas,
fun.
that won't make me cry.
Well, no, Omega, ask me what my boss monster is.
What
I mean,
insect?
it's
Five-headed
the
dragon.
fusion guy.
Millennium Eyes Restrict.
Oh, okay.
Why are you
That's
playing
annoying.
B Trooper Stun?
Because Fusion Insect is a very funny card.
I
Yeah.
Not
suppose.
about future
But I would say, often enough, with doing certain plays, I don't know how well that affects your build, but I actually fear B Trooper a lot less since I properly got cottoned onto my zombie synchro deck. You can't play Baldarok; he is banned, but all of the zombie synchros from the structure deck they released are not banned, and I have 3
Yes.
copies of Zombie World. So it's shocking the amount of people who can't play under Zombie World and B don't realize they can't play under Zombie World.
Oh, also,
Hey,
my
Gu-
other boss monster.
guess what monsters don't work really well under Zombie World? Generic Link monsters. What's
That's
that?
true.
You need 2 insects? Good luck with that, buddy.
But my other boss monster is Alba Lenidus, the Abyss Dragon.
You
So
are
just-
Satan
You're a war-
himself.
you are a war criminal.
You
No,
are
no,
Rosemary's
the
baby.
rule of Fusion Parasite is it has to list one specific card and a generic card.
Ugh.
So
And
I know.
okay,
I
would
know. I
say-
no longer feel bad for boxing out people with just activate Zombie World.
actually, Omega,
You're a monster.
how is Dallas not showing up on Luke Von Kammer's highlights?
He probably
I
doesn't
don't
put them in.
know. I feel like I'm trying to at this point.
Are you? I mean, are you
should just-
submitting the replays? You should try and get those submitted.
Yeah.
I think he only allows Twitch subs though, as usual with monetized. Maybe there's
Fair enough.
who knows. Maybe we've seen a Dallas in the live setups, but yeah,
So-
no. I was just
Yeah.
saying, like I engage in casual trash talking with my opponents because I have nothing better to do while they play Blue Eyes and elect to go first for some ungodly reason.
Because Blue Eyes players are paint.
I feel like I should make a Blue Eyes deck
Blue-
just to be funny, but I really don't want to invest
I
into that.
hate Blue Eyes players because they gave them the jet, and the jet is just fucking nailed to their hands.
The jet is fucking annoying, yes, and it doesn't have to be nailed to their hand. They can just bin it with the other 5 billion Blue Eyes cards because that's how Blue Eyes plays. But it does Zombie World does sometimes work.
But-
Also, another hilarious card is fucking I love low rarity zombie cards. Zombie Necronize, baby. I met a guy playing Vendread who thought he was being clever. I activate Necronize because it's just A level 5 or higher zombies on the field. Doesn't have to be my monster. Target his what's the new guy? Scarred Lord, whatever the ritual monster in the trench coat is. Anyway, so I'm like, give me that shit, and he's like, I'll activate my effect to tribute a monster. No. I still take your guy. So he tributed his other Vendread to let him cycle to take it back, and I'm like, buddy, you know you ritual summoned this with Horde, right? I have a once per turn banish. That's mine now. And just banish away the Scar when he resummons him.
Yeah.
You didn't read
Sometimes
your own
you-
cards. And you gave me a
Yeah.
shitload of attack to dome you with.
Say
People
this,
are weird.
I like this event because I feel like this event and the Singleton event
Oh.
have produced the single most bizarre deck lists I've seen.
They have, but the one thing that I've talked about on Twitter, sorry to cut you out there for the loft, but I just want to say it real quick. The one thing I hate about this event is non-generic, well, sometimes generic archetype cards, but lots of like powerful archetype cards that aren't in theme decks are banned. No fucking generic cards are banned, which means that I constantly eat exactly one imperm on my normal summon every fucking time, and I'm like,
Yeah.
why did God make you like this? Why does infinite impermanence allow you to target a monster that was normal summoned? Why?
So
Why have you
Just-
done
You
that?
need to have 6 summons in a turn normally.
just quickly before Axe can get in a comment and cut me off. The amount of times in a single duel, someone will try to activate. Oh fuck! What's that one Dark Magician trap card?
Oh,
Eternal Soul?
Magical
Eternal
Navigation?
Soul. Yeah, sorry, Eternal Soul. And this one guy kept trying to activate it, and somehow kept forgetting I had set Scrap Iron Statue. And he's like, activate, and I'm like, are you retarded?
No. Careful, Log.
Like,
You're
at least
gonna
you for
make
Mega, we had some Master duels offline, and that was fun because he kicked my ass, but we still got to shit talk to each other.
Yeah, we got to have some fun. And you
But also-
got me to get a little couple times.
Yeah. This guy right here.
Well, so yeah,
What the
so fun
fuck?
fact, this is I think one of the more underappreciated heralds, but he came out first. This is Herald of Pure Light, or Saint Declare in the OCG.
Yes.
This was released in 2013.
Is this the Synchro one? Or
No, this is the
Xyz
Xyz one, which came first,
Ah,
oddly
weird.
enough. Very
Such
weird.
a weird
Right.
fucking angle on this card.
Yeah.
one?
Herald of Arclight
he
wasn't
does
released
indeed
until the
lift.
new challengers in 2014. So yeah, Pure Light lifts. I feel like the idea here is that, like,
In the center, I don't know what I'm looking at.
I don't know. Like, I think the arms are supposed to be like the balls from like green and like purple style, but then they became arms. I don't know what the centerpiece is.
So, I've discovered what this is making me think of, and I'm gonna post the GIF in our prog chat. He
Yeah.
Oh,
is
no.
just SpongeBob with the fake muscles.
I
It
technically
really
should
is.
show you Perfection first, but I figured we'd save the rituals because they're bigger towards the end. Because they were, again, despite the fact that they were already technically a kind of sort of Synchro archetype because Orange Light is a tuner, their ritual came out first, and they got an Xyz before they got an archetype Synchro monster. It's very weird. Ugh.
Well, okay, look, this card is a herald because he's part of the archetype.
Well, he also hypothetically he does do a thing that you would want to do with heralds.
Yeah.
So sorry, I was waiting because I thought Lath was gonna do a GIF thing, but it was taking a while.
Oh, it hasn't loaded for you yet?
No, I don't see anything.
Oh no, I got rid of it.
Oh, you got rid of it before I could see it. Okay,
Okay, my bad. Hold on, let me post it again.
I didn't even get a chance to acknowledge what you posted
Oh no, it was just
because I
if
was
you remember
reading
the
chat.
SpongeBob Anchor Arms episode, it's just that. It's
Ah,
SpongeBob fake
yes,
monsters.
okay. No, that is a fair declaration. But yeah, so Herald of Pure Light
Declaration.
is a declare. You get it? You get the thing? Herald of
Yeah,
Pure Light
I
is
get
a
it.
rank 2 Fairy Xyz. It has 600 attack, 1k defense. It's not really very good. It is generic, just any 2 level 2s. You can detach an Xyz material from this card, target a monster in your graveyard, add it to your hand, then shuffle a card from your hand to your deck. You can only use each effect of Pure Light once per turn. Pure Light's not really used very well, but prior to cards that end in "ite," I don't think that rank 2s were really doing a whole hell of a lot, so this is a decent recovery card. You can see in Heralds what it's supposed to be doing. If you stick to Heralds or 2 other level 2 monsters on the board, you can use it to reload your hand traps and shuffle something you don't need back, such as a ritual card that's dead. But I don't think it ever made a splash in anything. It just exists. But rank 2s weren't always good, so it's, okay. So he doesn't negate anything, but he puts a card back in your hand so you can negate again. But yeah. Do we want to pull up Perfection first? Yeah, technically we should, because Arclight came out in the same set as Ultimateness, so
Yeah.
let's look at Perfection.
Perfection is first.
Yes. He was bigger, so I was saving him, but it's also a good look together. Well, okay. I should clarify. It's good to look at him after having looked at those other three guys. He is not good to look at.
Like him.
Because
this is when it's more in the line of, like, this is biblical angels.
I mean, yes, but also this is Biblical Angels on crystal meth.
Oh no, this is Biblical Angels Pride Edition.
Because, like, he's not really rainbow yet. He is specifically orange, green, and purple.
So
and
I'm going to take you back to the mid-2000s right now.
I
and-
take
I
him
don't
back
want
and
to.
close my eyes.
So do you know those toys? I think they're called Night Bright. Remember those?
Yes, I never had one of those, but I thought they were cool.
I'm looking at
Night
something. I'm looking at a person who used Night Bright to modify their figurine.
Oh, Light Bright.
Night Bright.
No, it was called
Oh,
Light
Light-
Bright,
okay.
I'm pretty sure.
Night Bright.
I think
don't
Night
know what
Bright
those
was a
are.
branding.
They're basically different, like, clear plastic pieces that you put in, like, light boards to, like, do different effects.
Here, I'm gonna copy the old ass image. It's this thing.
Sorry, I just realized near his legs, it's just the tiny arms.
Well, yeah, because this you can see it in the
Oh,
colors.
those, okay.
You can see this in the colors. This is literally purple stacked on orange stacked on green.
Yeah. Sorry, I also just realized, yeah, with the pictures. Okay, Axe's description did not work.
Yeah, I wondered. It is a little hard to describe a Light Bright if you've never seen them before. They are like colored pegs that glow that you stick in a dark screen.
Yeah, I
But
won't
yes,
fall
no,
back
this
for
this
that.
is like we stuck together a weird Night Bright thing because he does have the little like pin pegs in his crystal holes. It's weird.
Also, I do want to point out, I was right. They are called Light Bright.
Yes, it is Light Bright. I thought they were Night Bright too. Maybe that was like a
I
weird
also-
side product.
This is the Bernstein Bears thing, isn't it?
I do
sorry.
appreciate that they still got the same symbols where they were for purple, orange, and green. You can just see them right there in the middle.
Yeah, and I mean, shout out to the coloring on this and stuff. It is very. You can see what it is supposed to be. Like now that I see it up close, I'm like, oh yeah, this is literally purple, orange, and green stacked on each other. Okay.
They just became Gate Guardian.
Yes, they literally became Gate
But
Guardian.
it actually
and
does a thing.
Yes, they are.
Oh.
They are for now anyway, infinitely better than Gate Guardian because they actually do something.
It won't be my favorite Guardian, as some people like to say. Come Guardian.
Yes.
I really want to see what that sport
saying
action looks like.
You're infinitely better than Gate Guardian is not a mark of anything.
Correct.
Correct.
Though I will say,
That's
I
like saying
do
you're
actually
infinitely
think
faster
I
than a
do think
paraplegic.
that Sangha, Kazujin, and Suijin have probably seen more play in decks than Green and Purple Light did,
Yeah.
at least during their
No.
time.
No, because Green and Purple
Oh.
Light saw play when generic fairies were popular because they are still tuners.
No, they're not.
No, they're not.
All right,
No,
Orange.
Synchros didn't exist when Green and Purple were printed.
hold on. Let me check if Herald, because I could have.
I mean, they might have been teched in. What I'm just saying is people did actually play Gate Guardian pieces back in the day because on their own, the Gate Guardian pieces are actually okay tribute monsters.
Sorry, I'm just looking at chat, and someone just realized they all just stacked together.
Yeah,
I'm
no.
just
When you see them blown up, they're literally stuck together. So while Dallas is double checking some stuff, Herald of Perfection in the OCG, perfect declarer. Ugh. It's
Meh.
a light fairy ritual. It's level
Oh.
6, so it is in fact literally the 3 guys stacked together. What's up, Dallas?
Omega, Herald of Greenlight was in a 2010s Herald deck, which makes sense.
Okay.
It was also in a 2019 Going First Modolce deck.
Huh.
Oi.
But
Okay.
those are
Came
zombie.
5th.
I don't know if I want to
answered.
acknowledge
It was a
Vidolce.
real tournament.
Okay, it isn't an
made
Australian
0%.
tournament?
No, it was in
It was
2019.
not Australian, no.
I don't know if I want to
Remember, those
acknowledge
tournaments aren't
Vidolce.
real.
But anyway, Moving on from tournaments.
Yes, perfection. 1800 attack, 2800 defense, so still keeping the fat booty. It's very clear what this card is supposed to be doing. You can ritual summon with Dawn of the Herald during either player's turn when your opponent activates a spell card, a trap card, or a monster effect. Send a fairy-type monster from your hand to the graveyard, negate, and destroy it. So yeah,
one other thing.
Go ahead.
To just say, purple has actually teched in a few times in recent Drytron decks.
Interesting. What are we trying to block that's I shouldn't think too
Also-
much about that.
Just quick thing. I appreciate that like they gave him a fat booty because without the wings and the arms, legs, like sideways, he just looks like the outline of an infinity symbol.
Yeah.
Jeez.
But yeah, no. Herald of
Go
Perfection is just a negate that you stick. He goes in defense mode, and you just wait, and you just can pitch a fairy. Honestly, with 2800 defense and the ability to negate so long as you have cards in hand, I can totally understand that 2010 deck when this guy, came out. That's that year. Shining Darkness.
Yeah.
This is a hypothetical unlimited number of negates is difficult to deal with. For some ungodly reason, Red Eye's Dark Dragoon is still banned in the OCG and Master Duel because he can just discard to negate.
Well, Heralds came out at at mostly full power at a perfect time because it was before Synchro was really good,
Yes.
and I feel like they have a surprisingly good matchup against Teledad.
Well, yeah, because if you get a
stick Ultimate
perfection on the
Miss,
field,
Dad doesn't do anything.
well, no, perfection, ultimateness
Or
is later.
Perfection, sorry.
Yeah, but yes,
do
no.
the
If
same
you
thing.
if you stick
Kinda.
a perfection on the board, your opponent makes dad and does what? You just pitch a fairy, negate and destroy. I've negated your dad.
No.
Now it doesn't stop summons, but it does stop monster effects. So it's just like, hey, you want to do anything? No, you don't.
Fuck you, Dad.
Keeping in mind that during that time in certain decks, Light and Darkness Dragon, Lad was played, so it's the same thing, right? Like,
The lad.
yeah,
Yes.
that's what it's called, Light and Darkness Dragon. There's 2 Ds, so it's Lad.
Lad.
Yeah, I'm going to throw up the card art for Arclight, but I'm going to step away for a sec to go grab my bottle of water, so I'll be right back. But I will leave you with Arclight. Meh.
He's the opposite of the guy before we showed before perfection.
I love Arclight so much.
Of course you like Arclight. He's a thing you pitch from the extra deck for effects.
Well, Andy's in the gate.
He's like that. I can't remember which elder entity I've seen people pitch.
Entis.
Yeah.
He's not quite as annoying as Entis because he pitches for your benefit rather than fucking with your opponent.
Which then I've had people use it for their benefit to then fuck me over.
Also, legs.
Yes, he is
Goddamn
just
legs.
boy. He's got them thunder thighs.
Yeah, I'm here.
DJ Q's ZZ Top legs.
Also, I have no idea what the like. You think Herald of the Arclight? Okay, sure. This is just Arc Declare in Japanese. I don't know what the hell we're going on with these names.
The Ark. It's religious. I don't know.
This is by far the most used Herald card, by the way. Not
Yes.
even close.
No,
and
I
has
don't
absolutely
believe you.
has absolutely no reason to do with heralds. This was actually in one of MBT's Twitter feed videos about a card that does absolutely nothing for the archetype it's part of.
I wouldn't say it does nothing, but it does so much more for other archetypes.
Yes, it's a card that technically does have effects that are akin to its own, but it has a more generic effect that works a lot better with other stuff. So,
Well, yeah, no, it's because to explain, it has 2 effects. One searches ritual cards.
it has 3 effects actually, Dallas.
Oh, right, it does have 3 effects.
Yeah, well, we'll get there, but yeah, it has a completely generic. Actually, all of its effects are generic, but it has an effect that is generic, so it works for lots of decks. Arclight is a very light synchro. It's not even a synchro tuner, which probably would have let it do some other funny stuff later. So we should be glad.
That might have gotten stuff.
It's a
broken.
level 4 monster, so obviously it's supposed to be orange light plus a guy. But you almost never synchro summon this card. It has 600 attack, 1000 defense, so same stats as pure light.
What do you?
No, you don't synchro summon this guy a lot.
No, you synchro summon this guy a lot.
No, you
Just
don't.
Not in Heralds.
No, you pitch him to the graveyard out of your extra deck. Why are you synchro summoning him?
Have you heard? Do you know his on-field effect?
Yeah.
Macrocosmos.
Yeah, why the fuck would you... What ritual deck wants you to Macrocosmos?
Oh, I'm talking about the decks he's been in tournaments with. He's a
Dallas,
generic
Floodgate
negate.
players aren't real. They're
No,
subhuman.
He's a generic negate and macro. Like, he was in... This card's been in, like, the dozens of tournament-winning decks.
I've literally never seen Herald of Arclight used that way. I only see you do an effect like Dogmatica Punishment to just fucking ditch him.
Omega, just so you know, Doug and Jeff Johns are both Floodgate players. I guess they're not real.
Yeah, Doug deserves every bit of shit he's ever gotten in his life.
He's not a real tournament player, as evidenced by his YouTube series.
He's actually.
I don't
better
know.
at
He's
tournaments.
coming back on roulette because.
But he's also a stun. He's also a stun player, which is.
Well, then yes, anything I've ever said nice about Douglas Zeef, I take back.
Yeah.
And he would understand why. But that's how it goes. Anyway, and we all know that Jeff Jones, and the other Jeffs of the Mystic Minds are just.
I just want to point this out, Omega.
Jeff Leonard. Mystic
In 2015, which is the height of this card's popularity, this card was in approximately 85% of all tournament decks.
Yeah, I don't remember. Like, I know history's gone through this period.
It's because there's better negates now.
This came out in late 2014 in New Challengers.
Master Rule 4 first, and then Borreload Savage is what killed this card, because Borreload Savage is just more...
Yeah, I don't even... What is the 2 and the 2 that you play to make this?
No, you do, like, modifying. First of all, Level Eater, also, when that was...
Oh, yeah. Okay,
because
that
remember,
makes
that
some
didn't
sense.
get banned until the Link era.
Yes.
Because...
But yeah, like, I'm just trying to think of decks from, like, late 2014 when this card came out into 2015, and I'm like, I don't remember, because History of Yu-Gi-Oh! Has already moved into and through that phase, and I don't remember this card being activated, like, at all.
Yeah.
Anyway, I still don't... Again, this is talking about this is a card that does stuff that's actively bad for your own deck. Its first effect is, as Dallas said, any monster sent from the hand or main deck to graveyard is banished instead. If you're actually playing Heralds, you don't want that.
Yeah.
You don't get your guys back if they're banished. It's funny. Actually, no, I think it doesn't that technically... Let me actually see what Greenlight and stuff say. Oh, yeah, no, so that turns off your own cards. You have to send a graveyard to activate their effects. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, like, it stops all hand traps that work like that, but that means yourself. I also don't know why you wouldn't just play Macro or DeFi, but I know that those have been up and down the list.
I think they were banned at the time.
When a spell trap card or monster effect is activated, quick effect, tribute this card, negate, and if you do, destroy. So it gets rid of itself, and then if it's sent to the graveyard, add a ritual and a ritual monster or ritual spell from your deck to your hand. So, like I said, this is the effect I'm more known with from like anything recently.
Yeah, I don't think it's been used in anything recently, other than synchro climbing decks for like weird number stuff.
Yeah, because you
And
just
obviously, it's used in Splight.
Yeah.
Because it's
yeah
level
2/2. Well, this one's 4, but you use 2s, so.
Yeah, it's used in Splight, Phantom Knights.
But basically, the normal thing I've seen is any effect which can pitch a monster from your extra deck to do anything. You just do that to send Arclight, or you make it and then immediately link it off into something, so you can activate its graveyard effect to add a card.
That's how it's used in any ritual deck. Yeah.
Because it's just another copy of Manju.
And often an easier to access copy of Manju.
Well, I just realized there is a green text box in chat.
Yes, thank
What
you
happened?
for your special membership chat, Filthy Casual. By the way, I'd like to remind everybody,
yeah,
groceries are a
unicorn.
thing I need, so consider supporting us with your channel memberships and on Patreon. Obviously, it would be great if you'd give us a super chat, but, consider ongoing backfill into my
Yes.
my bank account,
Into your
so
You
I
said
can
groceries.
continue.
Look, I don't have
to
much money
leave.
myself, so I can only support Omega by being here because apparently everyone else here decides to cause his brain damage.
Well, I don't know what caused
Great.
my own brain damage today.
I'm here to offer emotional support.
Anyway, yeah, so that's
And give him a good,
Arclight.
easy
As I
wins.
said, Arclight. Well, admittedly, it does have a really easy way to out itself by tributing itself. Making Arclight is not really usually a good idea if you're playing Heralds. Normally, ritual decks these days, like I said, just figure out a way to fucking pitch him.
The-
It does make sense
okay,
though that
there's-
it was so popular. It is printed a lot.
Yeah. There's been exactly one ritual deck that regularly makes Arclight. Can you guess what ritual deck it is?
I
Hint,
can't
It's
right
the
now.
one that enjoys locking people down.
Drytron?
No. Necroz.
Yeah.
That would explain the popularity then. That would be the time frame. Also, I guess, yeah, that would, I think, turn off, if you're going first in Necroz and you can make Arclight, that would turn off your opponent's, Necroz cards in the mirror.
Yeah.
Listen, Necroz format is like a black hole to me because it's just not fun at all, and I refuse to learn anything about it because it sucked, and everybody knew it sucked,
Well,
and people were
yeah,
playing
that's the thing.
so
I find
much
pl-
weird shit to, like, edge case themselves out.
I find playing Necroz incredibly fun when I'm not playing against another Necroz deck.
Or when they're not playing the
when
Jin
when
cards.
when Necroz is releaser deserves its permaban.
Yes.
Special summon locking is really bad for a lot of decks. But yeah, no, like Necroz as a deck concept is interesting. It was like the first time Konami was really trying with ritual cards because they all have hand trap effects. The main thing is just that Necroz as a tier 0 format with Jin and with Jin lock is just like miserable. And a lot of tier 0 formats honestly are pretty rough and tumble.
I think all tier 0 formats are bad.
I guess MBT actually did this on his Magical Hats show. I guess it depends on what you define as a tier 0 format. Is it only tier 0 if there's literally only one build of that deck, or technically if there are subvariants of that archetype, does it work? Because there were some arguments in the
I think
show.
it depends on how far apart the variations are.
There was some debate in the show. I think it was mainly Gage and Coder were talking about this, but there was a conversation about how when Zoo was arguably tier 0, there were still different brands of Zoo. You still probably made a lot of Dryden, if I understand how Zodiac works.
Zoo probably has, out of all the tier 0 formats, Zodiac probably has the most argument to not be considered one because of how different the decks were.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I still don't like it.
No. Generally, everybody agrees tier 0 is not super healthy. I am hopeful that an upcoming TCG ban list will work harder than the OCG to make our current format not a tier 0. As technically, the OCG's ban list did work, but people are still playing Ishizu cards in tier limit, and it's still sucking up a lot of the space.
It's still the top deck.
Yeah, it's just no longer 60%. It's not the only deck. You can actually play, like, Kashchira and other weird shit. It's just...
It's now a tier 1 format instead of a tier 0 format.
Yeah. I suspect people over here will be tired of playing tier for a while. But okay. Also, at the same time Arclight came out, the big asshole came out. The guy that literally nobody likes. Well, that's not
King
entirely true. Somebody probably like him,
Chungdungus.
but
Herald of Chungdungus.
yeah. So even though it cannot work that way, this is Herald of Ultimateness. You'll notice Herald of Ultimateness is perfection, but he's got pure and arc as his second set of, or his technically third in case of arms, but his second set of legs and his extra set of beef arms have been added.
The tier 3 fusion, or the tier 3 combination.
Yeah. I actually, now that we've brought up the Gate Guardian comparison, I kind of hope Gate Guardian goes this route so that we can get Gator Guardian to just stack more guys on.
It's better than what they actually did in GX with Dark Guardian.
But yeah, so just stacking this boy higher. I just realized my my YouTube preview is all out of whack.
I
was
really
still
like
back in the
this
thumbnail.
art, unironically.
Honestly, as he gets bigger, I think that Ultimateless, like, he gets less stupid because he gets more extreme. There's still some parts of this that are goofy, like, notice how orange, or technically green. Oh, no, green, yeah, it's orange, I guess, technically. But where orange and green meet, he's T-posing.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, just quickly, because apparently Discord stopped picking up my microphone, and I had to reset that quickly.
Oh.
Arclight's wings are just folded in front of the crotch.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's fucking
No,
stupid.
I
I love
like
it.
this because it's... You know what this gives me the energy of?
Mhm.
Oh god, why can't I... This gives me Studio Trigger energy. This is a Studio Trigger villain.
I mean, someone did make a Gurren Lagann.
Yeah,
comparison
no,
to
I
that
could see
earlier.
that. Like, it's the guy in the final episode that's weird and blocky. He's up in heaven. Our protagonist will make a supersonic reference and, you know, explode into like 9 million stars and he'll die.
Yes.
He's
Also,
not
with the way
he is
he-
not folding his arms though, so he is not Gynax posing.
With the way his arms are posed, it looks like he is basically the SpongeBob meme with the armor arms.
He's got big arms and little arms, yeah. There's a lot of funny stuff going on here. But I think that overall his shape, like his other general body proportions work. And it does work in the sense that I'm gonna bring this up. You'll notice that if you look closely, technically the arms and legs from Arc and Pure are just like gloves and boots. Like Green's legs are stuck inside Arclight's bigger legs.
Yes.
They've got all 5
Question,
faces stacked
Omega,
together.
because
Yeah.
I know you like this man, the man who will say such a thing. But would you say that this man has a pinchable waist?
No.
No,
Which
this
part
man's
is his
pinches
waist,
you.
though?
That's
This
the
man's
question.
waist pinches you.
Like, yes, you could argue that that Ultimateness and Perfection before him had an hourglass figure, but
Oh,
but I don't know what part is technically the
Oh.
waist.
sorry. Rainbow Cat brings up a great point. This is a lowercase T-pose.
Yeah, little T-pose. That's very.
So I'm trying to see, like, okay, so there's I guess there's green, purple, orange in the center.
Yeah. So
I
at the
don't-
at the
I
top
got
is it
that purple
goes
makes the
pure
arms.
purple, orange, green, arc. It has 5 little faces.
Oh, okay.
Starts up here and then goes down. I can draw little red dots if
No, I see
anybody
it.
can
I see it.
still can't see it.
Okay.
But yeah. Which again is very funny because while Perfection worked, it was a level 6 ritual and it was all 3 of those guys. Ultimateness cannot be made in the way in which his art suggests, if only because one of those guys is an Xyz monster, and this is not Drytron yet, so you cannot ritual with Xyzes.
Honestly, it's a weird thing. It's the we're going to the toyetic. This is actually like, I guess, branded toyetic thing of being like, I kind of want to see like the legs turn around so you just have like 4 arms, like.
I mean,
Like a
honestly,
space
this
cannon?
does. Somebody did talk about it before. This does look like a posable action figure type thing.
Yeah.
Like it's got.
all joints.
I mean, they do all have masks, so I could almost say this has like kind of like an off-brand Bionicle vibe. Like you can imagine all of these little joints clicking together.
Also
Yeah.
imagine them cracking and opening up.
Yeah. So Ultimateness is a motherfucker. It is a light fairy ritual. It is level 12, so he's big. He has 2 perfections put together. He has 2k attack, 3k defense. You can ritual summon with Oracle of the Herald. Must be ritual summoned. So at least that does, block out some of his other ones. But he basically reads the exact same as Perfection, but adds another text. When your opponent would special summon a monsters or activate a spell trap card or a monster effect, you can send a fairy negate.
This card's text can be very simplified. If your opponent send fairy, no.
No. I'm pretty sure I've seen that Yugi poop of just Herald of no.
Hey,
And
you
it
like
just
playing
goes,
mono blue
when your
decks?
opponent would, no.
No, Loth. This is not a mono blue card. This is a white blue card.
You're fucking right. Where's the
because it
grindstone?
has no attack stats and cannot end the game.
It just
I
tells
think-
your opponent.
I'm thinking of Artorias. I'm thinking of Artorias control or Artorias stun.
We could do Ava if we really wanted to. That is an honorary herald, sure.
Technically, yeah.
But there's
there's
one more
also-
herald monster, and then we need to like. I want to double check the art of the ritual. Oh no, well, actually, there's two more because we got to talk about Diviner as well.
Yeah,
Yes,
And I also want to
heralds.
mention. I want to look at their ritual spells to see if there's anything. But before Diviner, they had one more bit of weird legacy support as well.
Yes. Yeah, they did. I can't remember the name of it, but they did.
This is. Let me pull him up. If nobody has anything else to say about ultimateness before I consign him to the void of infinite whiteness.
I want him to die.
All right, he's dead.
Well, most things
This
could die
is Herald of Mirage Light.
Oh, Mirage Light. I did forget about that.
Oh yeah, the link.
I love this hand pose. He just feels like, do you have a minute to talk about our Lord and Savior, Herald of Ultimateness?
Honestly, it also looked like he was ready to like punch
I'll
you
say
and then
this.
rip your face off.
I feel like
Maybe I'll rip your
Mirage
face off.
Light is them succeeding at doing what they wanted to do with Arclight. Because he is generic ritual support, but I've only ever seen him in ritual decks.
Yeah. I don't think
as
you
opposed
can...
to Arclight, which is everything.
Yeah, you can't really tech him into random decks. But anyway,
I suppose fairy decks, but
Mirage is a boy. Mirage Lights. I get kind of what they're going for. He's kind of like a collar and another set of arms. I like the kind
Now
of
we need
red
Herald
and like
of
the dark
Ultimate-
blue.
Omega, we need Herald of Ultimate Perfection.
Yeah, I don't know how they do that because they've already made a level 12.
More arms.
Yeah, give him the other set of arms, I
Uh,
guess.
12 exceeds.
Make him a rank 12.
First,
Yeah, it's way
first
too easy.
non-Xyz rank 13.
Yeah, it's be pretty funny. But yeah, I like I said, I like the color, but the concept of this boy is a little weird because he's like a neck and shoulders and arms.
Or wait, hold on. Let me do some math.
No, they
You could
should
make
just
him
go
a
the
link
opposite.
6.
Oh, God.
There's some stuff you could do. So Herald of Mirage Light is a light fairy Link 2. That's right, these motherfuckers have a Link monster. It's got 600 attack, no defense, obviously. It's 2 monsters of the same type and attribute, except tokens. This is probably why you don't see this guy a fuck ton, because he has, like, the line of text that all Link monsters should have, but don't. But yeah, so its effect is when a spell trap card is effect is activated. So a spell trap or a spell trap effect. You can send a fairy monster from your hand to the graveyard, negate, and destroy. If this card in your possession is sent to your graveyard by an opponent's card, add up to 2 ritual monsters and ritual spells from with different names from your graveyard to your hand. You can only use each effect of Mirage Lights once per turn. So Mirage
Your
Lights,
card's played in fairy decks.
yes, Mirage Light's not very proactive, but he does give you an extra negate on stuff, and spells certainly can be very important. I think that, like we've talked about with like why Orange Light and Perfection and stuff and Arc Light kind of fell out. There's a lot better negates these days. Like, if you're going to build an engine to crank out a guy who can do negates, you probably want to do something like do a line into Borreload Savage, make Barone, make a format Appaloosa, whatever. By the way, Appaloosa is another card that's not banned in the current Master Duel event, and it makes me fucking cringe. Why?
Yeah, neither is Underworld Goddess, which is weird.
I mean, Underworld Goddess at least requires your opponent to, like, have a
And
board.
neither is Mech Dude.
Oh,
Avamax.
well, yeah, that's because he's in the solo mode. They have a
Oh,
solo
right.
mode, Dallas. That's
I'm
why,
dumb.
yes, there are some people who can just play Crusadia, and yes, it does suck sometimes. I have met several people who have started their Crusadia combo, and I have just scooped because I don't want to see them jerk off for 5 minutes to OTK me.
I did not know you. Dumb thing. I didn't know you could just beat Avermax with. It was like Tale of the Wanderer, like the.
No, you're thinking of Ordeals the Traveler.
Ordeal
But
of the
yes,
Traveler.
because that is a card that just bounces the card that is attacking. It's not like a targeting thing, and it's not destruction.
Yes.
But that would require you to do Ordeal of the Traveler, which you're not going
Ordeal
to.
of the Traveler is a very weird card rulings wise.
It's very funny.
Yes. That's why, similar to people love cards with weird rulings or wordings, because then it's like I can do this with that.
Omega, I'm playing a truly mighty card in my deck. Big Insect.
That's pretty good.
I'd be more-
Loth will appreciate this. In my zombie synchro deck, I have adopted my one allowed copy of Card Destruction, because sometimes I just have a handful of monsters that need to go in my graveyard and no way to put them there.
Yeah.
And hey, you know what? Claps the shit out of certain hand. Well, out of infinite impermanence, exactly. You can still max C out of it. But Card Destruction. Card Destruction beats Imperm. But
Destruction is fun.
we're gonna pull up another one. This is our last formal Herald, though we do have 2 ritual cards we can look at. But it's Diviner. This card was added fairly recently. She was in Lightning Overdrive in 2021. She was a whatchamacallit, a promo originally. This is probably the only time anybody has ever been able to perceive her actual card art, because
Yes.
she was printed as a secret rare in Lightning Overdrive and as a prismatic secret rare, so the promo foiling in the Tin of the Pharaoh's Gods last year.
Bad.
So,
So,
Go off.
ignoring the fact that she is cute generic anime girl, I appreciate the aesthetic of the robe being just ultimateness.
she's
I
wearing
do
basically
like-
an ultimateless Kigurumi.
I do actually like her
Or cosplay
design.
lady.
It's just very weird for this archetype.
I was
Yeah,
going to say a thing of.
Go ahead.
I was gonna pulling it out of. I think the design is cool. I just think her eyes and face needed a bit more work.
Or,
in
better
the
idea, make her have no face.
Or just wear a mask.
yeah, honestly,
no,
just a
no
blank
face.
mask face.
Just no face.
But yeah, no, this
Like,
is
they
this is
could've-
like one of those weird clear cases where I don't know who decides what cards they put in like the promo slots in manga magazines in Japan. Like I don't know who picks them. Usually they're nostalgia bait weird shit. Like that's where like Harpy's Pet Dragon Fearsome Fire Blast retrain ended up. You know, that's where like that retrain of a Magician of Faith is going to end up, right? So
my good old my favorite version of Mystical Elf, which requires blue eyes.
oh yeah. Holy Lightning
I didn't
Blast or
know
whatever.
that.
She was a promo card. It's
Yeah.
based on that thing that
Sorry,
happened in
but-
the anime. So
and-
I don't know who makes those decisions. To finish my thought, I assume that when they decided to do this card as kind of the support that she is, they were trying to make this appealing to the kinds of people who are buying manga magazines in Japan. So I assume that's why she's a generic anime waifu.
She's got like very basic anime eyes.
It would have made sense if it was some kind of monster released around the time of the original Hells that just became the Diviner.
Yeah, but I don't think
It's
she
sort
is.
of
I don't
generic,
know.
like generic non-associated waifu from that era of cards.
Yeah, but it isn't. She's just they decided to put an anime girl in
Yes.
Diviner. I mean,
But-
okay,
feels like they
she's
could have
got
a
wings,
storyline
so
or
she's
something
like,
like that.
and she is a fairy type herself, so she looks slightly angelic. Like, this isn't too far from some of the designs for like agents, and I brought it before. Agents, are often played with heralds. But yeah, so Diviner is a level 2 fairy tuner. She is their second tuner ever. She has 500 attack, 300 defense. So they flip-flopped them. Her effect is... they did play some heralds in the OCG manga, in the Structures manga, so that may
This
be
card is
why.
butt-fucking nuts.
But I don't really know what it was directly related to. So maybe that's why they decided to pick her. It's still weird. Anyway, Diviner, if this card is normaled or specialed, send a fairy from your deck or extra deck to the graveyard. And if you do, increase this card's level by that monster's level. This is one of the ways that you send Arclight. Actually, yeah, no. I know I can remember the exact Drytron combo. You use Diviner to send Arclight to make her level 6, so that when you summon Benten, you can make Beatrice.
But also, there's other, like, this card has so many applications. I love this
Yeah,
card.
no, literally, this is foolish, or is it extra foolish? Is from your extra deck? I think so.
Well, do you know what card this is a mainstay? Deck, this card is a mainstay of mine. One of my favorite decks of all time.
Which one?
It's a
in this
mainstay in
context?
Super Quants.
Yeah, no, that works because that puts
you can
Alpha in the
send
grave.
Alpha.
Yeah.
Yeah, and also there's oh god, what's the card you use with it? Hold on, let me. It's like this weird level 9 fairy.
Well, the
monster.
other thing is, if this card is tributed, you can special a level 2 or lower fairy monster from your hand or deck except Diviner. So, yes, Diviner is one of those cards that, like, when you look at it, you go, whoa. Like,
No, so the card you play with this in Super Quants is Trias Hikaria.
yeah, okay.
Hikaria.
I'm pretty sure I know the
Because
one.
you pitch it with Herald, and then you tribute Herald to summon Alphen, and then tribute Alphen to summon Trias Hikaria. Because if it's in your graveyard, you can tribute up to 3 fairy monsters to special summon from your graveyard.
Yeah, and then somebody even in chat said that. Yeah, Trias. Yeah, so, like, Diviner just does everything. There is a reason why this card was bumped
I
to
love
Secret
this card.
Rare. Like, and obviously, because it's all level 2s and fairies and stuff, this card is still relevant. Actually, yeah, no, because Orange Light would be played. This was totally in Sprite.
So this is the kind of we've talked about. Like they try to add legacy support Band-Aid and didn't do too well. This is one that just went really well.
This is the other kind of legacy support where, like, you do a card, and admittedly, this card is incredibly simple. It does 2 things. Well, technically 3 because it is a tuner and stuff. It has that level modulation. But its main thing is if you normal or special it, you get to pitch a fairy from your deck or extra deck.
Also lets you summon Bish Vulcan really easily.
But again, the thing is, this card is a card that wants to be tributed in a ritual archetype that is about tributing that came out right around the time there was a good ritual archetype. When this was released in the TCG, it was, only like 6 months after Drytron came out was when it actually came out because it was put in Lightning Overdrive, like I said. That was already when people remembered that Cyber Angels exist. Cyber Angels are a ritual archetype. I believe they're all fairies, right?
yeah.
Yes, there
It's
are.
confusing because they have shit like Machine Angel Ritual and so on, but they are actually fairies. They are actually angels.
There's a couple of archetype cards that are like warriors and stuff, but they're all bad, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, so all the good ones of those are also fairies that are ritual-based. Hell, honestly, with its tribute effects and certain synergies, if Drytron weren't just better, you'd probably be playing this in some Megalith brews at the time period.
Yeah, Megalith, Sulfachord, what are some other decks that goes in?
Basically, if you play fairies and you might tribute a monster,
It's
Diviner
not even
Hero.
if you play fairies, is if a key piece of your deck is a fairy.
true. I mean, and obviously for ritual decks, that key piece can just be you put Arclight in your extra deck to search a ritual card. Like, and then this card can get you to stuff. By the way, the in case you guys didn't pick up on it, that's not usually what you do, but the normal Diviner or special Diviner pitch Arclight, that lets you set up for perfection because she's level 6
Oh, right,
then.
this is a mainstay in Exosister as well. I forgot.
It does level modulate. That would make sense.
Yeah.
You can, if you pitch a 2, you can make her a 4.
Dogmatica, because of one of the Dogmaticas is a fairy.
Also, Dogmatica loves to send cards from the extra deck.
That also.
Like, it fits right in.
Yeah. No,
Yeah,
this
no.
card is like a lot of people wanted this card banned when Drytron was like keeping out, and I still was on the no, just ban ultimateness.
Yeah.
'cause this card helped so many decks.
No, and I generally don't. I don't think that on her own, Diviner is the problem. Like, if you're like, oh well, Diviner, do the thing, pitch the thing, make Beatrice. Well, guess what? That means Beatrice is the problem. We've known Beatrice is a
The
problem.
reason Beatrice is at 1.
Yes, and may go to 0 eventually. I think she actually did go back to 0 in the OCG. That's why they had to do the Cherubini line to pitch King of the Swamp in the tier brews. Because you can't just overlay 2 6s to make Beatrice and bin King of the Swamp. So like, yeah, no, and like if
Diviner of Heralds is one of the best cards released in the last 2 years.
Yes.
In my opinion.
no, and I again the Konami seems to agree. Like I said, she's only ever been printed as secret. She was immediately reprinted in the tin set as a big headliner card. I would not be shocked if in some upcoming side sets they were like, hey, Diviner reprint. They did decide not to do the
She's
agent
not
structure decks, so.
That expensive, I don't think.
No, because a lot of the decks, yeah, I'm looking at right now. It just has her first edition listed, but it's like $5.
Yeah.
I assume unlimited. That's probably a little cheaper.
That's not that because I think she was in she's been in 2 very widespread sets.
I mean, she was in Lightning Overdrive, which didn't have that many good cards. Like, let me see. Ready Rose Wish. Amazement. Nobody cares. Kiziko Frost was funny. That had some S-Force cards that only Axe cares about. There were some Starry Night cards that didn't do anything. Okay, there was Black Eyes, the Plunder Patrol Sea Guide. That guy was important. Oh, Albion the Branded Dragon was a good card from that set. That's where the Link version of Line of the Light Charmer came from.
Oh, I love Branded.
You just are saying things that only I would ever love. Just makes me think of like, man, I might be happy because Jared becomes bad. It means it will become cheap to buy.
I mean, it won't be though. It's a meta archetype. It's okay, Axe. We all have that one.
I just think they're cool, and I want to like mind hack something. I want to mind hack people.
It's okay if you think they're cool. You can think things are cool. Like, you don't have to be a hipster about this, Axe. You can think things are cool and they can be meta. Ideally, that's actually where Yu-Gi-Oh should be. Our decks should be cool and also should be playable. Unfortunately, we all have at least one. We all know there's some archetypes that just
I like
are
Thunder
not.
Dragons and Spiral until they don't work anymore.
Because their OTK combo decks have always been rogue playable.
But yeah, I've looked again at Lightning Overdrive. Other than being the Diviner set, Lightning Overdrive was not good.
You guys say this, but a lot of the decks I like are clearly not meta.
No.
Well, yeah, it reflects in your win rate.
Axe, I swear, I am going to gut you like a fish.
In game.
It's okay. Axe just knows he can never beat me.
I beat you a few times, man.
Omega, I am not
All the
adding
time.
in a game.
That's why I say in game.
Axe knows he can never beat me in finals. I think I genuinely do.
I've done that a few times. It's not often.
All right. Yeah, I won't bring up the card art because it's not really that cool, but it is worth actually talking about their ritual spells really, really quickly. So, Dawn, which is used to make Herald of Perfection, you contribute. You have to tribute monsters from your hand or field whose levels total exactly 6. There's no over tribute with Dawn. But when Herald of Perfection is ritual summoned by this card effect, you can banish it from the graveyard, target one of the monsters that was tributed, return it to your hand. So basically, while it does require exact numbers, you can actually slurp back one of them and reload your hand traps. Or, because it's perfection, you just put a fairy back so you get a negate back. Very, very good. Oracle is used to make ultimateness. It does require, it's not exact, it's just 12 or more. But for some reason, it has the super poly effect in there. It has the extra spell speed. Your opponent can't activate cards or effects in response to this card. Because, of course, that's what Heralds needed, was a non-respondable ritual spell. So yeah, that's. Let's see, how long did this actually take?
We did fast quite a bit.
It took like an hour at most.
Let me catch up. It says we've been live for about an hour 20. Yeah, I'm not doing too awful. We can do. Let me actually take a second and count up the dangers. I don't know if Dallas has been paying attention, but as you've noticed, Herald is small, so we're thinking of doing a double feature.
I wanted to do something
There's
real.
there's 7 dangers.
Oh, there's only 7?
Let's see. A Bigfoot, Chupacabra, Dogman, Mothman,
One
Nessie,
Axe wanted to do Solemns, and then
Thunderbird,
we said
Jackalope,
no.
Tsuchinoko. That's it. Yeah. I mean, we'll
Sorry,
probably pull up some
Solemns
of the
and
other
Forbid.
cards. Yeah, so that's less than 10.
Don't forget Ogopogo.
Yeah, I said Ogopogo. It was there.
Sorry,
So I'm gonna step away for a second again, and sure, we'll put Eva's art on screen. Chat. You asked about it. We'll throw Eva up while I'm away. Eva's a funny little band-ass card.
It should be banned. It should always be banned. I hate it.
It is banned in the TCG and will probably stay that way for a while. It's limit 1 in the OCG for reasons.
Is it banned in Master Duel yet? I can't remember.
It's got to be limit 1 in Master Duel. At
Ah,
least.
fuck it. Just ban it.
That's tiny. Hold on. Why did that come out tiny? Try that again.
Why, Drive Time
Ma-
is awful
There
in
it is.
Master Duel.
Master Duel's
I hope
ban
you're
list
back.
sucks ass.
It
True.
does sometimes. I'll be right back.
But Drytron still does suck in Master Duel.
At the moment, yeah. Back when it was at full power, though, ugh, this annoying little fucktard.
As someone who almost exclusively plays decks that just clown on Drytron, I didn't see the problem.
Dallas, you and I have talked about this. You somehow, in your Master Duel experience, didn't fight Drytron as much as I did.
I did, I just, like,
No, we've talked about this. Like, somehow...
Oh, right, no, in the early days, I just always found fucking Tri-Brigade players.
Yes, I found all the Drytron, Tri-Brigade, Bird Up, whatever people. I kept finding everyone I hate.
Sometimes to beat what you hate, you must become something that
Did
counters
this
your
man
hate.
just activate Sogen?
Is he trying to last turn you?
Well, to be fair, I have him under special summon lock.
Oh, I'm guessing you're doing the dueling festival thing, Dallas?
Beat
So,
Troopers have a special summon lock. It's funny.
They do, yeah, I've fought a Beat Trooper deck. I
Yeah, we
discovered
off.
one deck, the deck I'm using, because I can't do my Pendulum Magicians.
Yeah.
It's technically doesn't have a solo mode. I'm just running fucking Ancient Gears. The only
I'm
card
really
in the
surprised
deck,
that doesn't have a solo mode.
the only card in the deck that's not allowed is the Fusion spell, and that doesn't matter. Ancient Gear Hunting Hound is perfectly fine by itself.
That's pretty funny. I'm back. Okay.
Welcome back.
Scary Moth is a funny card.
Sorry, I also just want to say quickly, watching people not understand that Ancient Gear Howitzer is unaffected is the funniest thing ever.
Oh, no. People do not understand unaffected by card effects. Whenever I play Adagnister, it's just... I Lightning Storm your Arrival Cyber. What? Why
Yep.
is nothing happening?
Yeah.
My favorite is I Raigeki your single Howitzer.
Yeah. It's just like...
No.
I mean, Howitzer's even worse, because at least with Arrival Cyber's Adagnister, it's a fucking mountain wall of text before unaffected.
I'll be real, for Howitzer, you just beat over it and then you Regeki. God, idiots.
Yeah, no. It's just you need to just
People-
understand how
people
Howitzer
don't.
works. People are dumb.
Also,
people
I have
are
special
dumb.
summon locked the 6 Samurai player. They are very sad.
But-
Yeah.
But Axe, here's my thing for you. Howitzer, it blows up. Grab Wyvern, gets Ancient Gear Reborn, bring back the Howitzer once Wyvern
I need
dies.
to say this.
Well, they're
I
on their
need to say
turn, so they
this.
might still be able to kill you.
This man, in our year of the Lord 2023, just played fucking Horn of the Unicorn.
Remember,
Yeah,
There's some weird people. I told
Some
you earlier,
people
Dallas.
only- some people only
I
think
ran
DM
into a guy
DM
playing
exists.
like fucking like Edison Chaos or
But it's in
something.
a 6 Sam deck.
Dallas, I saw someone play an
Is
Apache
it? Oh
card
no.
against
Dallas,
me
I know what
Master
I know
Duel.
why. I know why. It's for Isold. He's just
Oh,
running
okay,
like
that
the
makes
4
sense.
best
That
equipped
makes
spells he can find.
That
Ah,
makes
okay.
sense.
or just didn't want to spend it on something.
So,
Or different
Dangers,
spells,
eh?
Yeah. Yeah. I don't. Do we really need to say what
Danger,
Ava does?
danger. High voltage.
I'm sure you guys have yelled about him enough and how he's just a little
we've talked-
space baby.
we've talked about how much we want him to die. Axe just, of course, as per usual, decided to sit back and bag on me for that.
I mean, listen. There's a reason why Ava is limit 1 in the OCG and forbidden in the TCG. It's just, all it does is add light level 2s, fairies.
Fire at the-
It
Yeah.
exists to add diviner and add orange light. Cool.
Song is
Great.
so good.
Win with
So-
the-
Yes, dangers. Let's see. Do we want to do this in the like? Do we want me to try and figure out the order in which they came out, or do we want to just do this in order of like
Should we just do it
biggest to
level order?
smallest? Yeah, basically.
Dallas, sorry, did you also start singing the song Danger, Danger?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
the Danger theme song.
Okay, good. High voltage.
Huge. So good.
Yes, we've made that
Never
joke
look at
before.
the music clip for that. It's
What are
so
you talking
weird.
about? The music video is fucking amazing.
It's so trippy.
Anyway,
I'm being chicken gamed? What the fuck?
yeah, that's a card that's
Oh,
allowed
this
in
person's
Magic.
trying to either kill themselves or draw cards. Okay, never mind.
They're
Let's
gonna do deep draw.
continue.
All right, I didn't get any response other than Axe vaguely agreed with me. So we're gonna start with
What did you
Jackalope.
say? Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Jackalope.
no, I'm fine with this.
Also, we are technically all saying it incorrectly because there's a lot
right.
of pronunciation and
Danger.
punctuation.
Jackalope?
Yeah, it's danger, Jackalope.
Look at this little boy.
It's like, is it? It's like, this is truly a mystical jackalope.
I mean, so
This
for
mean
the
it's
small
good.
guys, they give them the exclamation question mark. All the rest of them are bigger and have more exclamation points.
And actually, danger.
So to explain dangers,
Should we show Danger Capper Scheme and Danger Island at some point?
Pick a god and pray.
we will probably at least mention some of the field spells because there's a few. One of which
Shut
is
up,
danger
Chrome.
zone.
No, it's Frederick.
But
Nah.
danger is they're all dark attribute, but they are various types. They are based on cryptids. In Japanese, they are known as Nikaiki, lands unknown. I assume that's some kind of weird specific pop culture reference. Just because it sounds really weird in context. Not that, like, danger makes sense in context, but it's, like, funny. Danger? Tsuchinoko? So, basically, all dangers will work along the very similar effect. You can reveal this card is in your hand. Your opponent randomly chooses a card from your hand that you discard. If the card was not the danger you showed, you special summon that danger and draw a card. If that danger is discarded, it has a once per turn effect, which we will explain as we go through them. So, dangers are a fun discard deck. You have probably heard of them because they are very popular to brew in lots of other decks. Most relevant
also-
right now, Danger Dark World.
Yeah. Well, also they're relevant right now because they're into your element.
Oh, yeah. Pre-Ishizu, the big line was Danger Tier.
Nessie.
Yeah, there were usually a couple of dangers in there, Nessie being the biggest one, but yes. Dangers are, because they are all different types, they're often splashed in a lot of stuff. For instance, Tsuchinoko gets splashed into a... Basically, anytime you want to build a reptile deck, you play as many Tsuchinoko as you are legally allowed
Or
to.
the rank 3 deck.
Also true, yeah. We'll talk about Tsuchinoko in a second. First is Jackalope. Jackalope is a
Jackalope's
beast.
also in the rank 3 deck.
Yes. Also probably why he's limited. But it's a jackalope. It's you know, the classic American legend. It's a rabbit
So
with
a
antlers.
rabbit with a woman's face.
And there's some surprisingly Steve Irwin-y dressed guys chasing him.
A legend.
Oh, dude, the solo mode for Dangers was so fucking good because of that.
Yeah, no. Dangers
Oh,
is a really fun
I didn't
solo.
actually see that out, but is it very
So
much
just-
literally just? Is it literally just a cryptid team trying to stop the cryptid?
Oh yeah,
like,
no, it's very
infiltration?
much the welcome explorers to the great unknown.
Yes. Welcome to
Danger
the look at
Island.
the Danger Island. The Danger Zone, the Zone of Danger. Yes, there is a card that is named Danger Zone.
Danger zone.
No, the punctuation's not correct for that, Loth.
Ah, okay.
But yes, so they're just fucking around, and yes, they are all dressed like classical explorers, but also arguably like Steve Irwin because they're all wearing khakis, and they are called Danger.
Dear Konami, a request for Danger, upcoming Danger Legacy support, Danger Highway.
Should that be an image of like a Tsuchinoko, like of a jackalope in the like looking at headlights
No, it
aiming
should
at it?
just be Kenny Loggins in the background.
Highway to Danger. Highway to Danger? You gotta say it right. That's right.
Honestly, it'd be
Oh,
funny
yes.
if it's like they show that in like a Danger's like breaking through the cement, like through like the asphalt.
There's a lot of road myths. Anyway, Jackalope. I don't think there's a lot to say about this card art other than he is in fact a rabbit with antlers.
No, it's
Yeah.
Jackalope. He is the cutest Matt in Duel Masters, or Master Duel.
He's pretty good. So,
He's a very good boy.
the Jack that is Lope. The Lopal Jack. Sorry, I'm yawning.
Jack the Lope.
I got it. He is a Dark Beast, level 3, 500 attack, 2k defense. Dangers tend to have the big booty or big attack. There's a couple that are very mid-statted, but even then, most of them are somewhat functional. So Jackalope is, you do the reveal. If you didn't discard Danger Jackalope, you special Jackalope and summon him. If Jackalope is discarded, special summon a Danger from your deck in position, except Jackalope. Jackalope is currently limited in the TCG.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
unlimited in the OCG, so I don't know if this guy could ever come back.
I think he could come back in the TCG, personally. He's one of the, all of the Dangers are kind of...
Well, I mean, right now there's a very big problem, which is this guy is a Dark. If he ends up in your graveyard, that means Bestials.
Yeah, but just ban all the tiers.
No, that's not true. Well, I mean, they limited limited nearly every named tier, and it didn't kill the deck.
Oh no, just ban every named tier.
Yeah, they're not gonna do
Just
that.
do it. Do it, you cowards.
It's also not the problem.
Well, no, I'm saying ban the Ishizu cards too.
Yeah, but those aren't tiers, Dallas.
Ban everything. Everything in the top tournament deck, just ban it. Every card in it.
What? It'd be very funny if they did that, but if they announced that ahead of time, I just want to imagine the lists. Everybody would be playing all of the shittiest, dumbest cards just to get them on the ban list. Anyway, yeah. So the Jackalope is limited for this purpose because he is a deck summoner. I don't really think it's really that explosive, but it does let you get some weird levels out, so you can go into usually higher level rank play.
Don't die, Dallas.
Sorry. Honestly, the reason he was still on the list and didn't get upgraded in the recent era is because PK was still relevant.
Yeah, he's a 3. He's a Dark.
That was the only thing keeping it around.
But yeah, Jackalope is a pretty straightforward guy, and honestly, if you're playing Dangers or a Danger adjacent deck that discards a lot, such as Danger Dark World, you would be playing as many Danger Jackalopes as you can because he's just good. He gets you more Dangers.
Yeah. He's arguably the best non-board Danger.
Yeah. And then it's time for everybody's favorite boy.
I mean, my favorite's Jackalope, so. Everyone but me.
How can you... Excuse me, can you copy?
Okay.
Copy correctly?
So discover what happened. This asshole Mayakashi milled me with soul-absorbing bone tower.
Damn.
That
is a strategy.
At least funny.
Yeah. It didn't help that I max seed as well.
Yeah, well, that's your problem.
Yeah, that is some of the times when you see those clips of like, oh, you have max seed. I see you have chosen death.
MBT recently posted a clip actually today where he got I think he'd activated Max C and drawn like 15 cards and then got card destruction and had to pitch his entire fucking deck. He was out of cards.
Oh, sorry, I just noticed 2 things about Tsushinoko here. I just want to say, I love the skin shedding that they're picking up.
Yeah.
But also, there's another one in the back.
Yeah, he's hiding.
Look at that boy.
But I mean, there's one in the front who's just like, man.
I also noticed, I think it's just ate something.
No. Tsuchinokas always look like that.
Oh, they're just...
Yeah, they're fat snakes. That's their thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's a very,
Yeah,
very
right.
weird
Short
niche
snake.
Japanese thing. It's
Yeah,
a short,
short
fat
snakes.
snake. And if you've ever played a Metal Gear anytime recently, you would know a few things about them because Hideo Kojima, I think, finds Tsuchinokas funny. Wait, was there a Tsuchinokas?
He
in Death
also
Stranding?
uses them to make dick jokes a lot. I'm not even kidding.
I mean, as Loth just said, they are chode snakes, so like I feel like lots of people do that because they're just
Yeah, probably.
short and fat. But he's adorable. He's just going blah. Blah, blah. I'm here. He's gooping.
Now, him and Jackalope are definitely the team cute.
Well, and that is why, as we said before, they are the only ones who have the question mark in there. Tsuchinoko is technically Danger? Or Danger? Tsuchinoko? Anyway, Danger Tsuchinoko is a Dark Reptile. It is level 3. He has 1300 attack, 0 defense. So he is one of the few that has kind of weaker stats. Not that it matters. The normal stuff that we talked about with showing and discarding. If he's not discarded, you summon him, draw a card. And if he's discarded, special summon this card. So this is why Tsuchinoko is limited in the TCG right now as well, because he is always a guy. You literally can't not summon Tsuchinoko.
Yeah.
So he is a free extender in whatever deck you are playing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. If any of the ones had to stay limited, it would probably be Tsuchinoko.
It is if only because he is literally just like free advantage. He is always at least a +0 because you just summon him if discarded, and if you don't discard him, you get to draw a card and summon him as well. So
I'd like to put it this way: like Jackalope is technically better with the risk reward, but Tsuchinoko is no risk.
yeah.
Sorry, I just want to point this out. Someone surrendered because they're trying to do the Crusadia line, and it's like, oh, I've got Howitzer out, they can't affect it.
Oops. But yeah, no. Tsuchinoko is truly the self-contained one. Like Jackalope, like you said, is better, but that's only because if he works, he fetches a different danger out of your deck, usually a big one. Whereas Tsuchinoko only gets you Tsuchinoko, but that's just free extension. So Tsuchinoko sees a lot of play just as a generic level 3 dark guy. Like I said, he's also, like, if you're playing any kind of reptile deck, you're probably playing Such because he's in there.
Yeah.
Wow, this guy is a lot goopier up close.
Are we doing a Chupacabra?
It's Danger! Chupacabra!
Yeah.
And RIP this guy. This poor motherfucker, he's dead.
I mean, sadly, the most, one of the more, not good dangers, is how I would put it.
Yeah, I think Chupacabra's one of the mid ones.
I'll say that tongue is terrifying.
Yeah. He's
a
got a
lamprey.
fucking, yeah, he's got a lamprey or hagfish tongue. It's, I mean, it's the goat sucker. He's here to suck goats.
He will
While the-
suck your goats.
While the perspective is a little weird, this is a lot like if you've actually seen some of the, like, fucking old, concept sketches of what people think they see when they see the Chupacabra. This is pretty on point.
Okay, here's a deep cut that no one's gonna get, and I don't care. I thought the Chupacabra looked like a potato.
That's one interpretation. Sorry, I'm just looking at different angles at Chupacabra. Well, apparently Axe and Lothar just
Did
stun
this
locked.
fucker just acid trample his own monster? What
Probably.
even is this duel?
Sorry, hold on. What did you say, Omega, about Axonine?
You were chain stunned by Dallas's words. It doesn't matter. Chupacabra is gross and weird.
Yes.
I think I don't like the perspective here because it makes this guy very confusing. It might just be because I have a headache and I'm a little sleepy, but
Yeah.
his proportions look really fucky, and I'm not sure about that.
He looks like he has a big head and a little body.
Yeah.
I think that's just your sleepiness, because he is a little fucked up.
I mean, I get that he's supposed to be. It's just like the head is like really far forward. Like my brain is still conscious enough to be like, okay, I get this is a perspective trick. I
The
don't.
head is smooshed.
Yeah, he has a weird shaped head no matter what. But anyway, it's a thing. It's very funny that he is eating a human man who is not a goat. But also, I don't think Chupacabra really eats a lot of people. Period.
Yeah.
So Chupacabra is a dark fiend. Basically, the normal thing about showing and discarding and drawing one. If he is discarded, target a danger in your graveyard, except Chupacabra special summon it. So Chupacabra is okay. It's like a lot of cards that require shit in your graveyard. It requires shit in your graveyard, which means that you...
I think the best way to describe Chupacabra is he is like the he's the 5th best danger.
Seems fair. But like I said, I was literally talking about earlier how I'm playing a zombie synchro deck in this themed chronicle, and I added card destruction because I have cards that don't do anything if I can't put them in my graveyard, and I need stuff. Like Yes, I could. Hypothetically, I can summon Unizombie, but he is a UR. I don't have 3 copies of him yet. And also, not every hand of my deck makes a Synchro Monster out of just normal summon Unizombie pass, so...
I think Solitaire's banned.
Yeah, there's... No, Solitaire's unlimited.
Oh.
You kidding? Shiranui's great. It's just that, like Shiranui's are fine. It's just that, like I said, I only own 1 Unizombie, and if I don't have an appropriate hand, I need a tuner in my hand to pitch off Unizombie to get that guy in rotation. And if I pitch, like, all the cards with Unizombie, I end up with a level 5 guy that doesn't help me. Because I don't have any 9s. I definitely don't have any 12s. Basically, because you have to pitch a card from hand, if you draw the wrong hand with Unizombie, you can't get funny graveyard setup. Obviously, you can pitch Mezuki from deck and then get any zombie you want out of the graveyard. It just doesn't do goo all the time. And Chupacabra is basically that. He requires you to have a danger in your graveyard that you would like to special summon if he's discarded. So he's a card you really don't want to be accidentally discarding off another danger or anything like that because he'll do nothing.
Well, I feel like he's a card that is very good in exactly actual danger decks.
Yes.
Yes. That. Yeah.
But
you could try to
even
splash him in other
then,
things,
he's
but-
still not. He's not a starter, right? Well, I mean, technically, he can be a starter if you pick him, but you know what I mean, chat.
Yeah.
Like if you whiff the Chupacabra hit, you will regret it. Now, to be fair, there are other cards that do that. Bigfooting incorrectly is very funny, as is Thunderbirding incorrectly. But those guys are at least large.
Yeah.
Take a sip of water as Loth gets a phone call. It's Bigfoot calling.
I wonder what Australian Bigfoot looks like.
Is that the Yowie? Is that the
but with a
Australian one?
fisherman's hat. Or Bigfoot, but with a fisherman's hat.
I'm pretty sure there is an Australian Bigfoot. I just don't remember what the fuck he's called. Anyway,
Bigfoot,
Loth has
right?
taken his has taken a phone call, which means it's time for him to regret. Oh, okay. Perfect timing because it's time for Danger Mothman.
Mothman?
Danger
I
Mothman.
love this card.
I love Mothman.
This is some stellar art because this is the Mothman thing.
Oh well, it actually, besides the red eyes, it reminds me of SMT Mothman, but I guess that color pattern is kind of common lore for Mothman.
Well, like,
Actually, it's just a silhouette.
this is more accurate to Mothman because the whole thing about Mothman is that he's shrouded in darkness.
Yeah, no, I was
It's
actually going to
always
say that,
silhouette,
Axe. No, the color palette is probably a deliberate reference to SMT because the concept of Mothman is just he is a vague, dark, moth-shaped shadow, or a Mothman-shaped shadow, we should technically
With red eyes.
with big red eyes. That's Mothman's thing. So the fact that this Yu-Gi-Oh card art, like, gave him a little bit of that red and white is probably a reference, yes. It happens sometimes. But yes, no, as Dallas said, this is a pretty good art of a Mothman. Because it's just in a cave, and it's dark. You can barely see him. He's got big red eyes, and you put a flashlight on him. And he's gonna fucking
about to
kick
eat
your
that
ass.
motherfucker.
Yeah, he's doing the fucking head turn, making the fucking squeedly sound with the red lens flare eyes.
No, his mandibles are clicking.
Top 10 things before you die.
If you want to be actually scared, moths are actually terrifying if you look at them very up close.
Oh yeah, no, never look at a close-up of a moth. It's not good.
I mean, there's several reasons why, but there are reasons why moths are usually associated in a lot of cultures with like decay, death,
Yeah.
etc.
Moths don't. There are some moth species that don't have mouths.
Yep.
I believe
They just
there
don't have
is a
mouths.
somewhat well-known dojin involving a moth that some people know about. At least I'm pretty sure it's a moth.
Vaguely.
Oh, there's a couple moths.
Okay. But also,
You
I
know
will
what?
say this. I love Mothman. I kind of prefer SMT Mothman, but also this guy does look like you could have him as a plush.
See, I prefer this Mothman because it just reminds me of like the Bayou stories.
Going on.
I mean, that's what we're going
Sorry.
for. Yo,
You-
where's my? I've got a perfect. Konami, I've got a perfect idea for probably an Aqua or maybe a. No, Nessie's already Sea Serpent.
Here you go,
I don't know. You might have
Dallas.
to double up on the types. But where's my Danger Sewer Gator?
In response to what you just said, I have to post this image.
Give me Danger Sewer Gator.
Swamp Gator.
No, it's gotta be a Sewer Gator. That's an urban legend. That's a cryptid.
Hold on. Sorry, I need to say this. Feels bad when you draw all 3 Ancient Gear Golems in your starting hand.
Well,
Oof.
it happens.
This is a little aside note, but you want to know what insect is actually insane when you look at it up close?
Which one?
Snails. They're fucking doom machines.
Well,
They're
snails are
rows and
not
rows
insects,
of
but
rotating
yes,
blades.
they are very weird.
They're fucking doom dozers.
No, 50 Casual's pointing something to I said, I can't even remember it.
Yeah, it was probably about the Dojin thing. Anyway, Mothman, Danger.
Oh, yeah.
He is a level 4 dark insect. He has 1800 attack, 400 defense, so Mothman's another guy you see a lot when you're playing Dangers as a package because he has a decent stat line and is level 4. His effect is if he's discarded, both players draw 1, discard 1. So Mothman is the one you run a fuck ton of in Danger Dark World. You max out on Mothman because he's just...
Actually, you run Mothman in a lot of times if you're just running dark. If you're running Dangers for like filler.
Yeah. He is
There's
a
a couple
fairly
of-
generic. He is a dark monster. He is a level 4 that can give you access to rank 4 packages. And if at any point you're going to enjoy draw 1, discard 1, he's a good guy. Like, Mothman is another very generically good Danger.
Like he's not as generic as like Sushi Noko or Jackalope, but he's not like he's definitely. This is the 4th best Danger, and that means he gets in a lot of decks.
Yes. Now let's talk about one of the Dangers that is not usually seen.
No, this is one of the bad ones.
As you
there's
might
two I
tell
think it
from
is.
his Name, it's time for Danger, Dogman.
Oh God, Dogman.
Dogman.
I
Man
can
dog.
confidently say Dogman is the worst Danger.
Why is he wearing underpants?
Well, because he's a man also, Loth. He is a dog and a man.
Yeah.
I just.
But
noticed
also,
he's
who
got-
made him that those underpants? Because I feel like maybe actually you were about to mention that. You notice there's a guy in this picture, right? Look how tiny
no,
he is.
I was actually
Omega,
going to mention
same-
that.
The same person who made the Hulk's pants.
I was more noticing that he's got matching earrings. He's got handband like hand wraps, and he's also got like a shoulder wrap.
Yeah, he's wearing a
Collar.
collar thing. Yeah. No, he's
So it's like-
decked out.
It's a
This,
dude that
this guy
transformed in the
plays. Shit, I can't remember which was the original werewolf game by White Wolf. Was it Apocalypse? Or was that the second one? Fuck.
That's the second one.
Forsaken?
So.
Sorry, Omega, do you mean noun the verb?
Yes. I do mean noun the verb, but I meant specifically the werewolf one. Because he's... Even though he's called Dogman, he's... Well, actually, funnily enough, in Japanese, he's Werewolf of Lands Unknown. And that's pretty funny. But yeah, this does give me, like, goth...
Werewolf the Masquerade Bloodlines.
I think they did try to make a werewolf game line video game once, but it didn't work out. Werewolf's really weird, guys. At some point, I
I'll
need
be
to...
honest,
At some
Vampire the
point, me and
Masquerade
Dallas
barely
need to
worked
make
out.
the White Wolf / Onyx Path podcast. Axe can probably be on that one and just talk about how fucking weird those game lines are from like a
Vampire
subculture
is
perspective.
Barely a functional game.
Wait. Go back like 20 seconds because I heard 60% of that.
Of course
I
you're not
joked about me and Dallas starting whatever we'd call the tabletop version of Fail Betrayal about old White Wolf games, and I was like, Axe could probably
Honestly,
be on that. You know
I would
about
like to
video-
be
you know
there
about
just to
RPGs.
be
just
like,
be like,
as someone that never played these, but only
you
heard about
in.
these things. Is that seriously how that went? Like, just to be the person that, because I feel
Yeah,
like some
I've actually
podcasts
played
just
a
need
little
the
White
person that
Wolves.
only vaguely understands what's going on.
It'd be that one meme of Jackie Chan just holding his head, just going like,
What you know?
It's a thing. But anyway, Danger Dog Man. Let's actually talk about him. He is a beast warrior. Makes sense. He is a dog and a man. He's dark, level 7, 2400 attack, 1000 defense. So kind of, okay-ish stats for that line. His effect is when he's discarded specifically, all face-up monsters your opponent controls lose 1k attack until the end of this turn. It's not really that great. basically they made a danger for going second, and that going second is not great. Just play. I mean, when this came out, it was 2018. I don't think you could probably play Dark Holes. Don't know if you could play Raigeki again. But Yu-Gi-Oh has evolved to the point where there's this whole like category of cards called board breakers now. Shit like Lightning Storms and Dark Ruler No More, Droplet, whatever. Dogman is way worse than most of those cards.
Yeah, Dogman is awful.
You can literally play 3 Raigeki now and save yourself the Dogman slots.
Literally in a tank right now.
Yeah, he's
not
not that good. Oh, interesting. Nessie is an Aqua, but Ogopogo is a Sea Serpent.
Yeah, no, Nessie's the Aqua. That's why it was in tier.
Yeah, I know. And it's dark. Of course.
Nessie is Nessie's good.
Well, that's our next
I
one, so
love
let's talk
Nessie,
about it.
too. Nessie's probably my favorite.
I feel
Of
like
the
Nessie is another one of the
non-cubes.
posters because the Danger Zone card art shows Bigfoot and Nessie fighting. Here's Danger Nessie.
Well, I think Nessie's my favorite of the non-cubes.
Yeah. I mean, you know, look at this card art. It's pretty good. Like, yep, it's Nessie. It's you know, a water dinosaur thing. Kind of surprised it's not a dinosaur type, actually. You get a sense of scale because there's those poor
probably
motherfuckers in that
no
boat who
problem.
are dead. Those are dead guys.
Yes, they are dead people.
They're going to get eaten whole by Nessie. But yeah, no, I mean, there's not a lot to say here, but I will say good effects, good water spray, right, and the waves, like it looks really good together. But otherwise, yeah, Nessie,
Can't
just
remember
Nessie.
what dinosaur it actually is based on. It's a very specific one.
Plesiosaur is
Is it
usually the one.
Ichthyosaurus? No,
No,
that's the
Ichthyosaur is the
fishy
more
one.
fish-like, yeah.
Yeah, that's the fishy
Plesiosaur
one.
is the usual one it is, but it might be different. There's a
it's
couple.
Plesio. Yeah, you're right. It's Plesiosaur.
I mean, you could play, because some of them are, there's a lot of 7s and 8s in Dangers. I actually tried in our Prog series to brew up a Danger Kaiju build that actually did okay.
Yeah.
Because you can set up rank 8 and rank 7
Danger
plays.
Kaiju is very interesting.
It's funny. It's not perfect, but it is funny. And I wouldn't mind some crossover. You know, I feel like there's room in both Kaijus, which we have done, and Dangers to actually like expand some new cards. I don't think they will anytime soon because I feel like the way the OCG and TCG decide on legacy support is they like look for whatever decks they haven't heard from in like the past 5 years, and unfortunately people are playing kaiju packages obviously in loads of decks and lots of different kaijus depending on your deck. That's the really funny thing about kaiju is that because they're all different types, they go together in different decks. Like you
Shouts out to
Good.
Fungus and Godarla for being searchable in B-Trooper.
that's the thing. Those are accessible in insect decks like Bee Trooper. Radiant, I believe, is the level 8 Fiend. Ironically, I think Doggeren's the only one you don't play, and that's just because dinosaur decks already have like 5 huge dudes they can summon.
I think genuinely, dinosaurs have an in-archetype kaiju.
Yeah. But because they're so huge, you will actually see some decks play cards like Jizukiru and the Thunderstrike one I can't remember right now.
Jizukiru is also great as a side deck tech, because if you're playing against machines, you can run Jizukiru and Cyber
Yeah.
Dragon and Chimera Tech Fortress Dragon.
Also,
Speaking of-
obviously, I have been Jizukiru'd in people playing Crusadia because he's the biggest asshole you can then Avermax over.
Knowing, having faced some people, I love having my monster be kaiju, only for them to summon Luna and say bounce.
Yeah,
Bounce,
that's
pogo,
great.
pogo.
But yeah, so I would not, because they're cool, I wouldn't mind more Dangers or more Kaijus. I just think the Konami's probably not going to do it for a little bit because you still see a lot of those cards, and that's not
At least
usually
with
how they support.
Dangers. I see there being more of a chance of kaijus.
Yeah, there could probably see some other Kaijus, and maybe for Dangers they could print more small ones because that would be less likely to like plug into some of the big
Those are
rank
more
plays.
of the problematic ones, though.
Well, no, if you give them different effects, like
Smaller, less effective.
I guess the problem is like
It'd have to be a level 4.
Yeah, it would have to be 4s, which they already have a couple of. Because if it was 2s, that's just Sprite. And Sprite does not need any more extenders. And does level 1 do anything? I don't know. It'd have to be a good card. And
But,
in the OCG, Jackalope and Tsuchinoku are unlimited, so there's no like need to replace them, as it
so
were.
just quick thing,
Yeah.
looking at Danger Nessie here.
Yeah.
If you had told me he was part of the Daedalus line or in Phantasm Spiral, I would not bat an eyelid. He
Yeah.
is water
Oh, yeah.
monster.
It is
Yeah.
funny because Nessie is a dark aqua, but you are right. Nessie does have a lot of that spiral dragon vibes going on. It's very much generically in that wheelhouse.
Oh, also, sorry, I just want to say this, Omega. Junior Journey, Phantasm Spiral, Spiral Dragon was in that deck.
Yes.
I'm validated.
Yeah.
Anyway, back to this, sorry.
So Nessie's
only
effect
people read the
is if this card is discarded, add danger from your deck to your hand. So Nessie is a searcher.
Jeez.
Okay,
Oh,
hold on,
and I
sorry.
should say Nessie's stat line. Nessie is a 7 that has 1600 attack and 2800 defense. So
Sorry, I
Maxi
just searched
being a
3
bitch.
Maxi in a turn. And fully erect.
Loth, you were saying something that was hopefully unrelated to Dallas's searching Maxis.
Oh no! Axe had an under his breath comment about Phantasm Spiral, so I had to post a thing because.
Oh no, I said that. My thing about that episode is if only people read the rules during that episode.
Oh yeah, okay,
Oh.
never mind.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'll be honest with you.
God damn it, Sam, you're a fucking dumbass.
I don't, I haven't actually watched
He's
all
just a
that
fuck-
episode because I
It's a fucking
don't,
screamy YouTube man sometimes. And it's
I
annoying.
don't actually like Team Samurai X. If
I don't
you
even-
like
all
him,
his
that's on
videos are
you.
clickbaited.
But I just
He's high production values, but that's it.
he his personality on camera is just yelly, screamy, smashy man.
He's
I'm kind of
very-
over that personally.
He's very PewDiePie. In the most insulting way possible.
Yeah.
It is not the vibe I like, and also
That was cool though.
I'll also be honest with you. Since some stuff has happened and some people have discussed some things, I'm not a big on one Steven Trifanowski either, and I know that like shortly after some controversy with that,
yeah.
Samurai X was still having Triff in videos and stuff, and
Oh, what happened with? Oh, is this another one of them,
Triff retweets and likes some of that guy we don't
stuff.
like, Andrew Tate stuff. He's
Oh,
one of them. He's one of them. The escape the Matrix, the grind is real
Oh,
guys.
So you mean his personality was only half ironic? Okay.
I know. I thought because I thought Triff was like there was never a bit. I think that's just how Triff is.
That
Yeah,
is the
no,
vibe.
it's-
Yes, Triff is not a bit. He is Triff.
Yeah, that,
He's
that,
just
once you get past
a
the
fucking
pendulum,
musclehead.
that tracks. Yeah, him liking Tate tracks. Surprisingly.
yeah.
The other guy is literally never.
No, let's not discuss that guy. Either of those guys.
Mhm.
Anyway, who the fuck am I? It's Bigfoot next. Yeah. I'm like, what the fuck am I doing? Danger, Bigfoot. Unfortunately, his alt art is not in Master Duel, so there's no clean high res of it. But he does have a funny alt art where he is a Yeti instead.
Mm-hmm.
Great.
Bigfoot is big, y'all.
Bigfoot is very big.
Oh damn! It is like King Kong size. Damn.
Yeah, I was just thinking of the old school Godzilla versus King Kong. Like,
Also,
this guy is huge for a Bigfoot.
also, this is not like a normal Bigfoot. This thing is like part mountain. Like, look at like its like arms.
Yeah,
Look
he
at
does
its,
have like weird rock spikes.
Also, look at his head. Like, something's on his forehead. Except it's part of his forehead.
There's a small part of me that kind of wishes it was just a blurry photo.
Yeah, that would be funnier, but no.
Or there was a
he's
suit.
big
There was
guy.
like a seam line on the suit.
Omega, can I pull up a magic card for the next one?
For the next one, yeah.
Yes, because I very much need to.
I've also noticed like this guy's like kind of told because he also has like hair accessories and stuff. So it's like he's not.
A little, but I will point out he is a beast, not a beast warrior, so he's not a man. He is a Bigfoot.
Yeah, he's also like
He
bonded
does
with
have.
hair, so
He
it's
did
like,
braid his hair, but you know
He also
can
has
do
like
that.
hair clips too, so it's like yeah.
God knows where those come from. He also
All
has
out of
some
trees.
fucking sashes tied to his arm. Anyway,
Mhm.
yeah, Danger Bigfoot. He's big. That guy is also dead. Basically, don't join the Danger Expedition team. You're gonna die.
You can stay on the ship where you're the command center. Fine.
But yeah, so
You stay on the ship where Nessie will come at you.
Denghair Bigfoot, a dark level 8 beast. You've probably seen him in rank 8 decks. He has 3k attack, 0 defense. Has all the normal danger stuff, and then if this card is discarded, target a face-up monster your opponent face-up card. Sorry, your opponent controls, destroy it. So anybody who's played Danger has known the Bigfoot whiff. You reveal Bigfoot. You don't want to hit Bigfoot, so you can summon Bigfoot because you want to make a rank 8, or you just want a big guy. You pop Bigfoot, your opponent has no board. You can't do anything. It sucks. Him and Thunderbird, who is not technically next because Ogopogo is.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
We will still pull him up because I think Thunderbird is a pretty sick card and I like his art. But Thunderbird is the reverse. That's target a set card your opponent controls. So both him and Bigfoot.
I don't whiff nearly as much with Thunderbird.
Yeah. But chat may understand whiffing Thunderbird because we have talked about one Mr. Douglas Zeef and Mr. Farfalicious have a terrible track record with Thunderbird. Listen, sometimes, we joke about the heart of the cards, but there are times when I believe the heart of the card is real, and sometimes that heart is angry.
Look.
Or sometimes it's blind.
Bigfoot and me have a very abusive relationship. I love him. He beats me constantly.
But yes, you wanted to throw me a card art
to
for...
see you're a person.
For Ogopogo?
Yeah.
I don't believe the heart of the cards used to act.
This is my favorite Magic art. Or one of them.
Alright, I will put up regular Yu-Gi-Oh art of Ogopogo.
Intensely of Ogopogo. To the point of I've actually renamed Ogopogo in my head.
God, Ogopogo's so fucking long. It's so fucking huge. It's terrifying.
That's what he does.
Terrifying.
Yeah, he's a big boy. Alright. That's the comparison.
Same
That's
vibes.
what I made.
Same vibes.
Yeah, similar. I mean, I think the Magic card is a little bit more fishy. Ogopogo is at least when he's blown up anyway. Ogopogo, you can see why he's a sea serpent because, as Axe pointed out, he is really long.
That's a lot of
this card's name is Dun Dun, which I love. Do you know why he's called Dun Dun?
No.
Why?
Because Dun 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 Dun.
Is this from like why I'm blanking the name.
Knights.
Oh, okay.
It's an old card.
Because it's like he looks like the giant carp in like a sea punk. Because I was thinking it would be from like why am I forgetting the name?
That's
of
not
the
actually why he's called Dun Dun, by the way. I made that the fuck up.
But it's like I'm trying to
You still
remember
cause
from
me
like
physical
what
pain.
is the world Tameo's from. Why am I
I was
fucking
thrown
blanking
out
the
of this
name?
realm.
Anyway.
No, Ogopogo's great.
Yeah.
His stat line makes no fucking sense.
Oh.
He's great.
I also just realized the people at the bottom right. Yeah.
Yeah, they're gonna
leaving the
get
boat.
They're gonna get et. Yeah, so Ogopogo is a Dark Sea Serpent. It's got 1200 attack, 3k defense. I assume it also has a big booty because Nessie does. Like, it's trying to do the similar thing with the water. The water ones maybe have more defense. I don't fucking know. I don't claim to understand this card. Anyway, Ogopogo's effect is when discarded, send a danger from your deck to your graveyard. So he foolishes a danger. That can be useful, and certainly he's very big. For instance, fetching it off Jackalope is, very powerful because it's a defensive summon and it's very large. But I think that Ogopogo is, all right. It's not bad.
One thing I appreciate about this card art is you see the two Danger Explorers, and then just the one military dude that you see in all these types of movies.
I think Ogopogo is good in pure danger decks simply because he's more avenues for 8s.
Yes, he's another 8. He gives you more 8 plays. Also, Ogopogo is a way to put a guy in your graveyard, which turns on Chupacabra for other extension, shit like that.
I will say is one thing.
I also think some of their spell traps.
Most of the danger cards. Wolfman didn't really bother me. Bigfoot's kind of intimidating, but like when I look at Ogopogo, I just feel my like actual danger senses go off.
It's the thalassophobia.
It's more just how long it is.
I
A
feel
lot of
like
teeth,
I could
lot of spikes.
not be killed by Ogopogo. But Bigfoot would just eat me.
Bigfoot would just
I
crush
mean, yeah,
you.
with Ogopogo, you just go on land. He
Go
doesn't
in the
have
water.
legs. He can't. I don't think he can get very
I
far.
feel like he
onshore.
could like at least crawl over the land
Now,
for a
if that
bit.
motherfucker goes full graboid and starts burrowing underground, then I'm gone.
Yeah.
Still,
What will we call it? I need Danger
Graboid.
Deathworm.
Definitely, yeah.
Just go full hog. Just danger graboid.
I think that's
That might be
copyrighted.
copyrighted.
Anyway,
But the Mongolian Deathworm is an actual cryptid which is probably what
I just-
graboids are based on.
To steal a line for Fairly Odd Parents, if this guy eats you, it's gonna be first I'll eat them, then kill them.
But yeah, it's time for our last Danger Monsto, Danger Thunderbird. Very lovely printing.
Thunderbird.
God, it's huge. Holy shit.
Yes. Well, he's Thunderbird, so
Well, I mean, he's the Thunderbird. I think that's actually smaller than the mythological Thunderbird.
he is still big enough to be Storms. And I just, when I see him, I just think, thunder.
I listened to that earlier today during work.
I listened to that being played on an automaton.
Hold on.
I've heard it on cellos.
His red and blue color scheme makes it look like he's wearing red shorts.
He does look a little bit like he's got shorts on with the banding. I do believe this is mythologically appropriate coloring, though.
It's a little less colorful than the mythology, because
Yeah.
some of them have like rainbow patterned wings, but it is right to be colorful.
Yes. The various Native Americans, because Thunderbirds in a couple of different cultures are drawn quite colorfully. So yeah, no, he's a big bird.
Spoiler,
He's fucking electric.
If you want another Japanese reference for it, the Thunderbird is what Ho-Oh is based off of. I believe. The Pokemons.
I'm not sure about that, because Ho is fire type. I think it's one of the many sacred birds. But there's a lot of magic birds, so I don't fucking know.
Ho-Oh's lore implications make no fucking sense. It shouldn't be a
That
fire.
is true.
We're
I
getting
don't
to it.
actually know what.
Ho shouldn't be a fire type.
Ho is weird.
It should be a fairy type, if we're being honest.
At this stage, yeah. When it came out, fairy didn't exist. So,
True.
Fairy bird, honestly.
yo, give me a.
Instead of
Actually, that's a
psychic,
great.
they
We
didn't
haven't
wanna
done
do-
regional versions of legendaries yet.
Well, they can't with Ho-Oh because Ho-Oh is one of the few legendaries that it's like, no, there's only one of these.
What if he's just in a different place and he puts on a different hat, though?
Or
Yeah.
what if it's Ho-Oh's children?
Put Ho-Oh in a.
Ho-Oh, like Lugia, you could do it because Lugia, there are many Lugia, but Ho-Oh is very.
Yeah, it's supposed to be
Weird.
specifically the guy from the tower. He's the one bird. But
Ho-Oh is like Xerneas, Veltal,
I'm sure. Listen, Pokemon lore
the god Pokemon.
doesn't
ones.
actually make any
Arceus?
sense.
Yeah, of course, Arceus, but
Well,
like,
also, but Arceus is actually God, so Arceus can make extra Arceuses if it feels
well,
like.
he's not God anymore. He's God, but he gave up his powers to create the universe.
So
Which
he's
is
not-
why
So
a
it's
children-
very
a child
Gnostic.
can catch him in a small ball.
He's still powerful though.
Well, yes, but
Yeah, no, listen, but that's what I mean. Pokemon lore doesn't have to make sense.
to be fair, there's also one of the Pokemon is literally Cthulhu that ate other dimensions.
There's a lot of
that's
extra dimensional and space alien shit. Like in Sword and Shield, there's a fucking Draco Lich, like who's also an alien, by the way. Like he came from space and now he's a dragon skeleton. And also we tried to turn him into electricity because
Are those like the Omega? I forget the name
Because
of
the
those
British,
things.
of
Aren't
course
those
they
like the things in between dimensions, like something beasts? What were they?
there's some dimension guys.
Oh, the Ultra Beast?
The
The
Ultra
Ultra
Beast. Yeah.
Beast.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, but Necrozma is not technically an Ultra Beast. He's adjacent, but he's literally just Yogg-Sothoth. He devoured entire universes.
Pokemon are very weird.
Someone pissed him off.
Anyway,
Wow,
Thunderbird, we already explained Thunderbird's effect, so I'll run through its stat line really quick, but Thunderbird's thing is it targets set cards your opponent controls if you do discard him. He has 2,800 attack, 2,400 defense, so he's kind of the more balanced stat line between the big eights. And he is a big 8. He is a winged beast, by the way, not a thunder. He's a bird. But that's kind of the flexibility. Now, there's a decent number of danger spell traps. Most of their card art is just some poor motherfuckers freaking out. So I'm trying to wonder if there's any we really should pull up.
Maybe the fields.
Yeah, let's see. There's Danger, Disturbance, Disorder. That's one of the field spells. Danger's one of those archetypes, by the way, that does have multiple field spells.
And they all suck.
Yeah. But they at least look like they suck for the people in them. This is, as I said, this is specifically, because of the pronunciation, Danger, Disturbance, Disorder. And it looks like these guys are going to, like, double die. Because not only is a Bigfoot, who is huge, raging, and Nessie's going to eat them. Also, there's like 9 volcanoes erupting. So, clearly this is the end of the movie when they're trying to leave the fucking island. By the way, what Disorder does is when your danger monster is destroyed by battle, you can destroy that opponent's monster. You can banish 3 danger spell traps, different names to your graveyard, draw cards on the field. Can't special summon except the dangers. So it's supposed to be like a board wipe and like pops guys when you summon little guys. It's not really great. I don't really know what they were aiming for here, but it does like do some blowing up, but I don't know why it's a field spell.
So I just appreciate looking at it again that this island that they went to has 4 volcanoes.
Yeah, it's got a lot. The card. This one's not a field spell, but this card art is funny, so I will show it. This one is. Go for it.
That poor man in the back.
Oh yeah, he's dead.
About to fall off the boat.
This is danger, excitement, mystery. So yeah, Doc Brown thinks that Thunderbird is really cool, and he's gonna get ate by all the guys in the woods.
Hold on, sorry.
Also,
You can see.
Go ahead.
You see the red eyes in the shadows of the woods. If you look above, there's still red eyes in just the tree line.
Yeah, there's a lot of dangers. Also, by the way, this is also just literally the start of a Pokemon game. This is a professor. He's looking at a legendary Pokemon. He's gonna get his ass beat, and you're gonna have to pick up one of the balls on the floor. This is literally Pokemon.
Yeah.
Dangers are just Pokemon.
I mean, yeah, basically they're weird.
Also-
They're weird anime cryptids. Go ahead, Loth.
Dallas, sorry, this has nothing to do with actually what's happening on screen, Dallas, because I don't know why I had to type out a thing for you about Pokemon lore that you said.
Oh.
It's in the Trog chat.
I'm sure chat will also say.
Ignore the one about the Pokemon FP joke.
Right. I can always. I remember generically. Look, there's over 1,000 Pokemon at this point. I'm bad with names.
Yeah. Number 1,000 is Tinkatink, right?
No, number 1,000 is Goldingo.
That's
He
great.
was
Oh,
released ahead of time
right.
because of that.
Anyway,
That's why he's made of gold. And
danger,
well,
excitement,
yeah,
mystery
that's
is
cool.
discard a level 5 or higher danger, add a level 4 or lower danger. You can't special summon except dangers.
Oh yeah, did we ever? I don't know if I missed this, but did we talk about like the main gimmick of dangers and just how it kind of works with their theme?
Yeah. I mentioned off the top that all of them have the effect to reveal themselves, discard a card. If you don't discard them, you summon them and draw a card. If you do discard them, they do their effect.
It's pick a god and pray.
Oh, because for me it was like, it's more of you're trying to find the danger, and if you don't get it, it's gonna kill you.
Kind of, but some of them kill you when you do get them. I think the reveal, put them back, randomly pick a card does kind of play to their cryptidness, though. You are correct. It's kind of like a thing that like pulls them together. The card art for Danger Feats of Strength is very funny. Danger Feats of Strength is a bad card, though.
All of the danger field spells are.
No, Feats of Strength is the equipped one.
Look, I think like 90% of the danger spell traps are bad, and even the ones that are okay are just okay.
Yeah, it's really funny how they really tried to give Danger like a whole archetype. They have spells and traps and monsters. The only thing they don't have is their own extra deck monsters.
Well,
Which,
it's consistently funny that the best danger spell trap is a Dark World card.
Yes. No, you just play
Dark World Dealings.
Yeah, Dark World Dealings, because you discard. It's great. Dark World Dealings, great card. But what Feats of Strength does is it makes your Danger gain 800 attack and defense, can't be destroyed by card effects, makes 2 attacks. It's not a bad card. It's like on paper, it's very unnecessary most of the time. Like, yes, it does mean you can make a really big beat stick guy, but like it's just clogging your hand normally.
But like most of the way that Danger wins is through making either big fuck off Xyz monsters and killing your opponent, or big fuck off Link monsters.
Yeah, because you just summon a lot of guys. Let's see. Yeah, the card art of Danger Response Team isn't really that important. Actually, no, it's funny. I'll show it while I grab the next one. It's funny because, so they are the Danger Response Team. You can see Doc Brown in there. You can see some old rich guys who are trying to get oil out of this. And you can notice that the 2 gentlemen giving the PowerPoint presentation seem to be a little injured.
Okay, they are injured. I absolutely love this shitty chupacabra picture in the back.
Yeah, that's a chupacabra. That's what it looks like.
Also, in reference to the other picture, Doc Brown is losing his shit over the feather.
Yeah. 'Cause it's
Oh
thunder.
yeah, okay, the Thunderbird and then the Tsuchinoko skin.
Yeah. I don't know what the
And
green
then-
goo or the crystal is. I guess they're just from the Danger Island.
Yeah.
I'm gonna assume the green goo is Jackalop's blood.
Ugh. Actually, isn't it Chupacabra's blood? Isn't Chupacabra supposed to like bleed bright green?
I think so.
Sorry, hold on. There's a chupacabra sucking with its tongue. Oh, that's what it is. But there's also a tiny pyramid underneath it. Excuse me?
I think
No,
it's an
that's a
exclamation
caution
point.
sign.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
These guys put too much effort in their work. They are horribly injured.
Oop, nope, I grabbed that accidentally. Hold on. This is their first field spell, which is just Realm of Danger. It's the island. It's the Danger Island. Which is canonically called Umadia. So it's a field
I
spell.
prefer to think it's just called Skull Island.
I mean, that's what
Yeah.
it is.
It's a Monster Hunter
In
thing.
Japanese they call it Umadia or Umadia. Umadia.
It's the
Jumanji.
Jumanji. No. I'm just trying to. I can't remember what the name of the bottom area part of it is called, but it's just the core highlands from Monster Hunter World.
Realm of Danger actually might hypothetically do something. Your opponent can't target dangers with card effects when they're during the turn they're summoned. Once per turn, target a danger. While you control that face-up card, it can attack directly, and your opponent's monsters can't target from attacks, but it doesn't prevent them from attacking you directly. So, danger gives you a little bit of protection when you're summoning guys. That direct attack thing is, again, they're kind of trying to give you a strategy, but usually you just make an extra guy, so it doesn't matter. Konami has really tried to let you
Isn't
play
that fucking,
dangers
like,
pure.
Aroma Aeromage Sunvine?
Probably. That sounds like a deck.
So, sorry, I mentioned it before, but this reminds me of the Rotten Veil from Monster Hunter World because you can see some ribs off to the side there.
Yeah.
In the picture. And it basically just feels like this island was made out of just other monsters who came here and just died.
Yeah. So let's see. They also have a continuous trap called Second Expedition into Danger, which is clearly the prelude to disturbance strategy. Because you notice the island is erupting. This is the sequel movie, obviously. We gotta go back.
We gotta go back. Is that Nessie or Leopleurodon? I can't tell.
It's a Nessie.
Italy Pleurodon.
All right, okay, I missed the last three cards. I'm
Dallas.
sorry.
It's
I
fine.
had to
They're
go-
all spell traps. Also,
Aw.
I think we missed, like,
Return to Danger Island.
close.
Apocalypse.
Second Expedition to Danger.
I mean,
Okay,
the
hold
movie
on.
title would be
Yes.
Return to Danger Island.
You have the one military guy looking so excited. I love the one guy with the net in the bottom right.
Yeah.
He looks so afraid.
Now,
It looks like it's hell over there.
I'm very
Okay, I need
Is there
to
like
post
is
this.
that like a
Lucky's
Pogo
not
like
here,
near
so I
the
don't
edge,
feel
or is it
bad
like a
posting
Super
this,
Croc?
but I need to show this.
That's Nessie.
Oh, okay. Oh,
With
okay.
the neck. It's a Nessie.
Don't
I
worry,
hope for
Dallas,
the
I think
twist that the
it's
entire
not
island is
in-
just a corpse of a giant beast.
I mean, it might be. It's covered in ribs. This is another fun trap card. It's called You're in Danger. Notice that Doc
You're
Brown is
very
selling
much in
out the
danger.
military man. But I'm very curious. What the fuck is this third monster? Who's this supposed to be?
Are you prepared?
Is that meant to be a
face
devil
the
sword?
Dark Lord
I thought that was meant to be a different angle of Chupacabra.
But Chupacabra's head is like very rounded.
Actually, no, wait. It's supposed to be Wolfman, but he has like horns.
No, but Dogman is here.
Oh, you're right.
I think
yeah.
I
Alice,
think
you
it might
fucking
be like a
donkey.
Chupacabra, but it doesn't look quite like Chupacabra.
Hold on.
It more looks like a.
I mean, it looks like a
literally
monster
looks like
hunter
a, like
monster,
it looks
that's
like a devil T-Rex or something.
There you go,
know?
Dallas.
It's very Monster Hunter. This card is called You're in Danger. It's very funny. Reveal 3 danger monsters, different names in your deck. Your opponent randomly picks one for you, special summon, you shuffle the rest back. During the end phase, destroy that monster. It's
No, Crystal, I don't.
You're in Danger's only problem is whatchamacallit? It's a normal trap. Also, somebody asked, does Danger have a graceful charity? Yes. That's Danger Zone. Danger Zone it's a normal trap though, so it's not as good as graceful. But Danger Zone is draw 3, discard 2, including at least 1 danger. If you have no danger card in your hand, show your entire hand, shuffle it into the deck. You can only activate 1 Danger Zone per turn. So yes, they have draw 3, discard 2, but it has to be a danger. If you don't have a danger, lose your hand.
Quick question.
Honestly, you can already play Allure in this deck, so I don't know why you would play Danger Zone, because it's slow, but you can.
Sorry, quick statement. It's a statement we've said in many a failed portrayal. But having all of these guys close up at this angle where you can't see all their features, it looks like this man's being attacked by 3 different Digimon.
It could be.
Feel like that.
Let's see. I think that's all the cards. Yeah, that's everything. So yeah, honestly, Danger, as much as I would find more Danger monsters funny, Dangers don't really need more monsters per se, other than maybe getting some dedicated extra deck monsters.
What they need is a boss monster.
Yeah, they probably need at least one more monster that does actually win you the game besides just summon 4 Bigfoots.
Honestly,
Yes, I know
I
something
feel like what they could be cool is like they get like a link that requires only dangers, or a fusion that can basically overload use itself.
It'd have to be a Link or a Syncate.
We need the
Syncate,
biggest.
Rank 8.
Xyz 8.
We
Yeah.
need the biggest cross pollination. It's just Danger Godzilla.
I mean, you could do
Fuck it.
Danger Kaiju. Make it literally called Danger Kaiju.
Yeah.
I mean,
And
I
it's
think there are some
basically-
stuff like I think you could go the route that Axe is talking about and just like reveal that like you could give them like a Link 4 that is just, hey, guess what? The island is a guy. Fuck you. Like make it what's that legend called?
You can link it via the graveyard, but only with dangers. But actually, that's too good.
Danger
Actually,
Gaia?
that's too good.
No,
actually.
no,
If you build that.
I'm thinking of a specific medieval monster. I think it's Akplegadon. It's the turtle. It's an island.
Yeah.
Pelion? Yeah. No, just reveal that the entire island is actually on the back of an enormous turtle, and that's like their Link 4.
Like that one thing from Avatar: The Last Airbender.
I was gonna go the one from Naruto, but that works too.
There's a lot of turtle islands. There's a bunch of other stuff you could do. I think, yeah, an Xyz or a Link is required because of how they summon. And it's, it needs to do something to actually end the game, like I said, besides just being an advantage engine. The other thing they need besides, like I said, I always feel weird about this because, you know, the extra deck is like where all the power shit we hate lives anyway, but like decks that are really, really good main decks that don't have dedicated extra deck monsters always feel really weird to me. Like, you've got so many extra deck summoning methods, you couldn't figure out something to, like, give these guys their own finisher?
So my question is, I have a question for all you guys, just on the design principle of, would it be better to make a basically 1 or 2 extra monsters besides Link 4 that uses dangers that you basically pitch to the grave from their effects? Or
Yeah,
will they be
that's
too
even
good
if it's
because
even
you
if it's
can handle
archetype
that?
locked, that's really weird. I mean, I also don't. What you're describing doesn't work.
Yeah.
Like the way
you can use
Link
them in
summoning
grave.
is written in the rules, you can't do that.
Could you make a fusion?
I guess you could phrase it on the card as, for this card's Link summon, you can banish danger monsters in your graveyard as material, I guess. That's still a little wordy. The way that normally you do stuff like that is shit like Tri-Brigade Revolt, where you just put a bunch of guys on your board, Link summon, and then banish. Like, you can't hypothetically just be like, you could also use monsters in your graveyard. Like, even the weather card, like the field spell that lets you use continuous cards that says, when Link summoning, you can also use spell traps as Link material. Like, just being like, oh, you would have to phrase it in a very specific way, and I don't... Even if it's archetype locked, links that directly just link out of the grave seems bad. Like,
Yeah, 'cause I
the
thought- I
only
thought it was
thing
like a way to-
holding links back is the fact that you have to have guys on the board.
Yeah, because
No, just
when I thought about it,
give
I
them
immediately
Link
thought it was
4
bad
that
because of
requires
how Shizu works. It's like, oh wait, you just build them and it's easy. But it's like,
Yeah, no,
no.
like that would especially
Look,
considering
Yu-Gi-Oh!
dangers are
needs to-
already played in a lot of generic cards.
Yu-Gi-Oh needs to get away from that, or it is going to collapse in on it. Like, to make an anime or a manga reference, technically, the Yu-Gi-Oh is approaching a singularity in terms of power, and it is going to collapse in on itself.
Yeah, I think
Eventually,
we're
a card will
probably
just say
gonna-
draw 3.
So then, Is there anything else?
No, this is our last up. The card art for Danger Zone that I described earlier doesn't. It's just Nessie and Bigfoot fight. But yeah, that's Dangers, and that's Dark Worlds. It only took us 2.5 hours. Thanks everybody for tuning in.
Yeah.
Log in to FGO now.
Oh yeah.
It's 11
I
p.m.
don't think
Eastern.
that was the right one. By the way, this FGO event has been hilarious because I'm just like, I have no idea who any of you people are.
What do you mean?
Dallas.
Oh,
I mean, they explain it in the narrative.
Do you
I
think
know.
Dallas reads?
I
Half the
read, but
time?
I'm just like.
He plays Yu-Gi-Oh. He must read.
Well,
But also
I'm
that was
just
before-
saying
but-
when everyone's like,
for-
this person, gasp! I'm just like, who?
Look, at its core, FGO is a card game.
Well,
We don't
that's why FGO gives you 2 dialogue boxes, so you could always be like, who?
No,
Who
yeah.
this?
I get you.
Anyway,
to me,
yes,
it's-
sorry, I yawned
Read
big.
it for like
Guy-
showing up
guys?
sometimes,
Yeah.
FGO is not relevant. I mentioned the login just because our fans like those videos.
I
But-
wasn't bringing the joke.
We're done here. The joke doesn't need to
We
continue.
are done here.
We're also done here because we're cleaned up with this. So next week, because of you guys, the archetype is gonna be harpies.
Yeah.
Because you
What?
voted that in the poll.
I will also
Skeletons
probably
again?
not be here.
After that,
I may
Six
also not
Saints.
be here.
I'll
Okay, maybe I'll just be
here.
playing Master Duel then. I don't fucking know.
Yeah.
If it's just gonna be me and Axe alone looking at harpy ladies, that's not gonna fly.
Am I not equivalent? Am I not good enough for you?
No,
I'm just saying, just us alone talking about harpies.
I mean, I will fucking try, dude.
I think
I know you'll try. I don't think the 2 of us alone is good enough.
I mean, if it's just you, I mean, usually you and Lucky are gonna know.
I probably shouldn't be on the Harpy episode.
There's a lot of stuff going there.
I
Lucky
mean,
and I
I
both
hate
have
to say it to
expensive.
Omega, but as I said before with the other, when we were talking off mic, a Harpy lady would just be, she's in a leotard, she's in a leotard. Ooh, that's a fancy leotard.
No. There's some other details. You missed some stuff. Somebody in
making
chat asked
fun
if there'll be
of,
kaijus. We already did kaijus. That's an episode we did. I don't know what the fuck it was called, but it happened. You can
It was
find it in the
something
Film Show
with
playlist.
Sub-Terrors, I
Thumbs
think.
up.
There's also Sub-Terror.
I will just be making fun of Yugi Boomers the entire episode.
But Harpy is like actually good. Wasn't it meta in Duel Links?
Oh. Okay, hold on. I'll wait till after off camera because
As
this
much
is
as
funny.
I joke, Omega, I'm pretty sure big meta in Duel Links is not impressive.
I mean, it's true. It's just a lot of decks that have not done anything in the TCG are funnily enough good in Duel Links. So was Amazon S actually.
Yeah. So-
oh, that's old though.
What were
I
the-
know,
what
but
were
it's
the
still it's
bracket
funny.
options?
What is it?
Amazoness is actually kind of like the free-to-play champion.
8 years?
So to
6 years? How
everyone
long
in
has Duel
chat,
Links
thank
been
you
out?
for joining us for this nonsense. We tried to negate, and then they just came out.
Oh my god.
As I'm trying to negate Dallas not letting us end the episode.
Well, I was trying to remember how many years Duel Links have been out, but it's not relevant right now.
The anniversary is this week.
Yeah, I was about to say it's 6. They finally released Mirror Force. Anyway,
Oh, give her the D hero.
thank you, Marth, for finding it, and thank you for embracing my wonderful.
Like I
names
said,
for everything.
You have very your ability to just have low bar titles with with high quality attempts.
Listen, I just know what people are gonna click on. I know
Yeah.
that if I say give her the D hero, somebody's gonna be like, click.
I know some people are like look at that and be like, ignore.
NBT has like 100 bajillion subscribers, so it works.
Look,
Once he
I'm
got
not
them,
gonna
it's
say
when he,
the best-
that's
I'm
when
not
he
gonna
got
say the
slimy.
best episode of Progression Playoffs is the one where they talk about Sissy Hypno for 10 hours. But it
Oh my
is.
god.
I'm not a very big
Just
fan
a
of that
fact.
one.
Anyway.
Yes, we are actually wrapping up, as Loth said. So, sorry, I had to yawn there, so it's hard for me to finish my
No,
thought.
it's fine. Dallas and Axe never let things end.
Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Give this one some juice if you thought this episode was funny. Spirit and Lapis is quoting the fucking Duel Links ad. Don't at me. Anyway, thank you so much for tuning in. If you want to see more of us, make sure to go back and watch this week's God of War episode. We'll be back for Final Fantasy XIV tomorrow. I don't know what the hell we're doing because I finished doing a lot of cutscenes.
Hildebrand.
Yeah, I guess. I also need to.
Oh,
I need to
MSQ.
do MSQ so
And
I can
MSQ.
fucking level. Yeah,
Oh.
it'll be something like that.
Or-
Anyway,
Or maybe we could try to get you in CT.
That is also
Crystal Tower.
technically,
Crystal
yeah,
Tower.
Crystal Tower is technically necessary. Anyway, we'll figure that out tomorrow. But do tune into that. We have a fun time there. And like I said, if you want to see something on Thursday, there's a poll running right now. It's on our YouTube community channel. You can vote for Master Duel to be one of those if you guys want to see me suffer through the hell that is this event. Because there is a Danger Bigfoot icon in the Theme Chronicle that I am gunning for. So, thank you so much, everybody. We'll see you next time. Remember, it's Harpies. Whenever that is actually is. You guys are not getting out of this. I'll put it in my back pocket until you guys show up.
I'll be there.
Omega, if you're waiting for me, that might be a problem.